Well, there goes the Daverhood. Good morning, everybody, and welcome. Welcome to a brand new edition of the Dave's Gone By Facebookio, Podcastio, Programmio of the stream with me, Dave Lefkowitz, live with you on this Saturday, March 15th, 2025, with the 980th episode of the Dave's Gone By show. So good to see you here. We're calling this one the IDES Habit, because of course March 15th really is, or I mean, if you believe the stories and stuff, the Ides of March. Those, shall we say, perilous days, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years ago. Thank goodness we don't have difficult and problematic and terrible, struggly days right now. Everything's great, isn't it? Anywho, for a couple of hours, we try to make things here great for you guys because you're watching this program that we've been doing, honestly, since 2002. Honest to gosh, started this on terrestrial radio in October of 2002, and most weeks we're here doing another edition of this zany, catch-all, eclectic, ridiculous program called Dave's Gone By. And we do intend to keep this one eclectic and ridiculous, this particular episode. For example, we will have Greeley Times. And this is because my wife and I, who will be in shortly, my wife and I lived in Greeley, Colorado for about 13 years. And while we were there, the local newspaper, it's still the local newspaper, we have a column in it devoted to phone calls that came and still come into the police dispatch for Greeley and Evans and Johnstown and northern Colorado. So the people at the paper were brilliant. They were like, hey, some of these are really ridiculous and funny. And it's public information. If we just take out the names of people and the exact addresses, we can share these. And so they do. So every week, Coplog is in the Greeley Tribune, and we take some of the funniest ones from there and share them with you in a segment that we call Greeley Times. We also have, on this episode of the program, StoryTime. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I started this segment a few years back, just reading from other people's work and commenting as necessary or sometimes unnecessarily. So today, on Dave's Gone By, since we're only 2 days from St. Patrick's Day, we wanted to go green, if you will, and you will, for this particular episode. Let's get some more light on there. For this episode, and something springtimey, because we're also less than a week away from the first day of spring. So what could be better than reading Farmer White's Best Friend? Please note, he's the only human being in the picture, and he's going to have a best friend. I wonder how isolated this farmer is. Wondering what he gets up to on those lonely nights. Is it perhaps with with a cow? Could it be with the sheep? Might be with a little dog there. We don't know. Not to mention whatever the hell that is. That jujube thing that might be a chicken. It's going to be interesting to read Farmer White's Best Friend, which is coming up on Storytime on Dave's Gone By. We will also, what else are we going to do? Bunion Watch! Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I will share with you the size, shape, color, and condition of my bunions. And I've got a very special pair of socks that I'm going to do this with. Sorry, I had a cold a week ago, and there's still some slight remnants and traces of the cold. As a matter of fact, if you get really lucky, and I do not promise this, I do not guarantee this, but you might get lucky enough for the My Old Phlegm segment that we sometimes do on Dave's Gone By. We're doing this months ago when I was getting over a really bad, post-COVID cold. And I was having some trouble breathing. And every morning, I'd be like a 90-year-old Jewish man, hocking up great big gobs of loogie. And I thought, why keep that to myself? Why not share? I share so much with all of you anyway. Why not hock up a loogie, and then read it like tea leaves.
Do you want me to put on your Pringle socks so you could here?
Yes. They're here. Okay. This is very exciting. So my wife has just joined the room, and she is going to get us ready for.
Did you have your new trombone? You got the new trombone?
Well, here I have the old one. The old one is working.
Okay. Why don't you show the frog, because he's also green?
The frog I don't have here, I'm afraid. I don't know. Oh, he's up there. Oh, Froggy. He's there. Because we're trying to do all things green, obviously, because we're 2 days away from St. Patty's Day. And only, 5 or 6 days away from the beginning of spring. And what a winter it's been.
You can...
Yeah, show me.
While I put can I move this, because I need to see your feet?
Yeah. We'll get that out of the way.
Okay.
All right.
Just put
your
feet. I'm going to take off your old socks, okay?
Yeah. So Farmer White's got nothing on me. That's a picture of me over at, was that Home Goods?
Yeah, so this is the joke, okay? Someone on Home Goods took like large ceramic cupcakes and put them by their door. So now people are looking at Home Goods for these weird, unusual objects that aren't really objects that aren't really art.
Right, well, yeah.
These are going to be really warm though, David, because...
Well, I don't have to wear them the whole time. They're, So we found, or my wife found, at some store we were at, it might have been Walgreens, these socks that they're not cottony, I think they're more polyester, but they're warm and kind of nice, yeah.
Yeah, are they too tight?
No, they're fine.
Oh, good, okay.
They are fine.
You might want to wear them for events, you know?
Yeah, I'm not going to wear these for job interviews, I don't think.
Why not?
You know, the luck I have with job interviews, I might as well just take my shoes off, put my feet up on the desk. He's like, you're not going to fucking hire me anyway. So I'm wearing these.
Not on the negative, focus on your happy side.
I can't. Look who you're talking to, telling me don't focus on the negative.
Okay,
this is me.
David, I'm going to take the socks back.
No, I want the socks.
One.
All right.
Two.
All right, do I show them now? Yes, ladies and gentlemen.
Are you going to do your, when it's time for Bunion Watch?
Oh, so I'll keep them on until Bunion Watch. Okay.
They're special Bunion Watch costume.
Nice. They're very silky smoothie on my foots. They'll are.
Keep you warm, because polyester will keep you warmer than cotton, I think.
Purely polyester dream. I was just reading,
Did you bring Nosenbloom in?
I can't bring him in. He's in the other room.
Oh,
I took that picture. I can show the picture on my phone. This was a big week for Mr. Nosenbloom. Let me explain what that is. So, and here's Froggy. So Froggy adding to the greenery of this spring-like episode.
Give me your phone. I want to make sure you're live.
Well,
why do you have two women holding goats?
That's what she said last night.
With the water buffalo? Can I have your phone?
Yeah, all right. Let me just. All right. Do you want to show Mr. Nosenbloom or not?
The pictures are on my phone.
Not of Mr. Nosenbloom. I took that one and sent it to you.
Yeah, it's on my text. Here, I'll show
Oh, it is good. Okay.
I'll give you Rosenbloom. You want Rosenbloom?
Nosenbloom. Get it?
Nosenbloom.
So there's a thing. I've explained this a while ago. Here he is. Yeah. Okay. So.
Oh, I like that you found the clovers. Very good.
Yeah. From St. Patrick's Day, probably 3 years ago or something.
I would get duck, but I'm afraid I'll drop him.
Oh, maybe later. We'll. So do you want to explain the Mr. Nosenbloom story? No, she doesn't want to go anywhere near anything I'm going to talk about. But there's this weird optical illusion that happens in the bedroom that we share. We have a house out in Maryland, and we share a bedroom, and I noticed.
The way the curtains are on the wall, yeah.
Well, the curtains, the way the light that passes through the side of the curtains hits the wall in a certain way. Now, it's sort of almost like a terracotta wall. It seems like a flat, straight wall.
Yeah.
But there's some variation in the texture.
External force at play.
Yeah. And what will happen is, at a certain time of day, if it's a sunny day, the light
look great.
The light will stream through the side of the curtain and make it look like a part of the wall, a small part of the wall, is bulging out ever so slightly.
Yes.
And it's giving contour and texture to a little bit of the
think
wall.
It started happening after we watched A Botched, I think.
Yes.
Right? There was some kind of...
So, of course, I have to do something like this. Well, what happened was I also had bought googly eyes, because who doesn't buy googly eyes? And I put Googly eyes.
Different sized googly eyes.
Of course, different size.
Nothing in this room has googly eyes, though.
No, it should though. It should. Well, this kind of does. Piggy, he sort of has googly eyes.
But not ones that you put.
No, not the ones that I bought where you have to
No.
affix them. So I put a pair of googly eyes on the wall right above this space that was being carved with light by the light coming through
Mother Nature.
the side of the shade. And suddenly it looked like a face because the texture on the wall now appeared like a nose. And I was like, oh my God, it's Mr. Nosenbloom. And we've experimented putting lips and things on it and the ears and giving it something. But one thing that we do, I'm very proud of, is around St. Patrick's Day, and Purim. Oh, yeah, right. We got a happy Purim, everybody, or day after Purim. We give him an Irish hat. And this year, my wife gave him a red mustache.
I had the mustache before. I think he had the buckles new, the gold buckle.
Buckles. Well, he had a green mustache. He didn't have this red mustache.
I think we upscaled his attire for him.
But you have to understand, folks, and we've shown this before. Okay, my wife made the hat.
The nose is not real. The nose is not existing material.
Yeah, that nose is just an optical illusion. It is a play of light on the wall where the wall looks like it's jugging forward.
Do you have your coffee?
I've got my water.
Do you want your coffee?
No, coffee. It's not going to help right now.
Okay.
And then of course the mouth and lips. But part of this face is truly an optical illusion. So, but we certainly welcome Mr. Nosenbloom back to the Daverhood. Or I would tell you, I guess we'd call him Mr. O Nosenbloom.
Yeah.
Because of course he's an Irish mode.
We don't know that. I mean, we just created him. He's kind of I don't know what you would even call him.
Well, I mean, he's Jewish. He lives in our house. He's Jewish. Nosenbloom.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
We don't know a lot of his backstory, to be really honest.
That is absolutely true. It is. I don't know about his front story either. He doesn't really have a back.
No, all we know is I think that maybe he was watching Botched, and then he wanted his nose to be seen because it always says let's go in the exam room, let's look at your nose, let's see but it's only on sunny days, right?
No, if there's no light coming through the side, it's a flat wall.
Yeah.
That's the amazing thing about it.
We've not done anything, just to move the curtain. It's
Yeah.
not like we've.
Oh yeah. So on a day like today where it's raining, because classically on Dave's Gone By Saturdays, since we've lived in Maryland, 90% of the Saturdays that we're here are grim and gray and gloomy.
I'm using the word nimble. Sometimes you get a word stuck in your head.
Nimble. So it's been weird because when we moved here, we had a lot of nice sunny days. We moved here in late summer 2.5 years ago. And I couldn't convince anybody.
Use the duck as your image.
Yeah, and I couldn't convince anybody that this is really a beautiful area in the summer and we have these hot sunny days and so forth. Because every time I get on the air on Saturday morning, it would look like I was in the middle of New England in November. It would just be rainy and cloudy and not a speck of sun in the sky. And I have to tell people, honest to God, as soon as the show's over, the rain is going to stop, the sun's going to come out, it's going to be beautiful the whole rest of the week, and then we'll get back on the air next Saturday, and it's going to look like this again. But so once again, we have icky, cruddy weather, but we cannot complain for once this week about the weather. After just such a miserable frickin' winter, wasn't it? And I know there's storms moving up through the south and through the Midwest and whatever, and some places just got snow this week. We had our fill. I was pretty sure that living north of Baltimore, in what at one point was kind of considered the South, I mean, we have a frickin' slave plantation 3 miles away from here, that at the very least it would be warmer and more temperate, in the winters anyway, than New York would be, right? Or certainly in Colorado would be where we lived for a while. Hey, we're in Maryland. We're 200 miles southwest of New York, of Long Island. We're not directly we're close to water, but directly on the water. Should be that we're going to see much less snow and that winter should be a degree or two warmer than it normally would be because we're going south down there and we're basically sea level-ish. And yeah, summer probably a degree or two hotter. But boy, oh boy, this year, man, New York got it, Baltimore got it. We remember those chilly.
It was the winter.
Well, the winter, but I mean, not just that horrible snowstorm, but those windy 50-mile-an-hour blustery days when it was like 28 degrees out, but it felt like 8. And then just day after day of cold and chilly and miserable in the morning and just, no break, no cessation. When my wife and I lived in Colorado, and I've spoken about this a lot, you would have 2 or 3 cold days, and then you have a very cold morning, and then in the afternoon it'd be 70 degrees out, and students would be playing frisbee in shorts. And I'm not kidding.
Look at this
Yeah.
Hamantaschen with chocolate chips.
Oh, nummies. So, we didn't get that here this year. This is the worst winter that we've seen in, I guess this is our 3rd winter here in Maryland. And it has not made me a fan. I don't want to turn into my
The
dad.
dogs are dressing for winter.
Well, this is not for winter. This is like dressing for Russian
Oh, yes. Holiday.
Vladivostok. No, but my dad was severely anti-winter, despised snow, despised cold.
For just when he got older, like when did
That's a great question. Well, what do you consider older? Since
like
I've
in the
known him.
70s, Yeah. Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, in the 70s, snow didn't even really bother him that much because he was wheelchair bound and couldn't shovel.
I do have a new look that I want to sport with you later. You want the hair? Or should I use the hair?
Which hair?
The other
His hair or hers?
Her hair is like a universe.
That's wow. His hair's pretty damn good. What saddens me is that's probably his real hair. It's probably her real hair too, back in the day.
Oh my God.
That's not even wigs. So I don't want to turn into my dad as a winter hater. I really, really don't. And I've always said, and I'll say again, that one big snowstorm a year I don't really mind because it reminds you of the change of the seasons and it's pretty and whatever. But we had one massive snowstorm this and I could have fucking lived without it. Holy cow. Mainly because it came, dumped like 4 or 5 inches, went away for a day, and then dumped another 4 or 5 inches. So that second dumping, and the fact that it became like 10 degrees out in between, so there was no melting, or if there was a little bit of sunshine, it would melt and then turn into straight ice, where you literally, not only couldn't you walk on the driveway, but you couldn't even walk on the lawn, it was so slippery. It was nuts. Never seen anything like it.
Oh wow.
So while I'm trying not to be anti-winter like my pop, I'm kind of done. I could now go 2 years, let's say, or 3 years without seeing another snowstorm. I mean, it would be okay, God. It would be all right if cold a bit and gray and sleet and rain, and we want to see all the different seasons. But yeah, and if winter could stay above 31 degrees, every single day, I'm not gonna miss those days in the teens and 20s. I'm not going to cry over them. I'm not going to be, gosh, remember that one time when my fingers were so raw, I thought I was going to get frostbite, and I had to run them under the sink for 2 hours. No, not
But some people like winter, like the skiing.
Snowboarding and snowshoe. I kind of get that. And if I weren't afraid of breaking an ankle or something, I would have tried skiing once in my life. The beauty of it, the exhilaration of it, the movement, the balance, the vista around you. I get it. Even at this age, I get it. And I get being on a pile of snow that you don't have to shovel. Yeah. You go to a ski resort, you go zoop, zoop, and somebody else, in fact, they're not even shoveling, they're putting more snow on. They got machines that have to make snow in order for people to have a good time. What is that? Oh, is that?
I made that for you.
Oh, thank you, baby. Oh, look at that.
Gives you a little trophy.
My wife just posted a little cute little thing on our Facebook page, which you're watching.
You look nice with the duck.
The duck. So yeah, what she was referencing is we were in Home Goods, and they had all these different. Oh, hold on. They had,
Sorry.
or I wish they had, a woman who was shopping before me, found and grabbed.
It's probably like $80 though. That thing's not, and it's porcelain.
Yeah.
Is it porcelain or whatever?
It's probably plastic, but it looks like porcelain. It looks pretty.
Oh yeah, it looks like porcelain, sure. Squint your eyes real tight. It looks like gold.
But look how cute. Look how adorable that is. She has it in her shopping cart.
First of all, a duck would not be wearing a raincoat because they're water repellent. They have water repellent feathers.
True.
So that seems a little sketchy. What's it wearing on a bib?
He's wearing, he's got a little, I think that's actually, I'm not kidding, maybe a bow tie.
Oh, of course, yeah. Because ducks do wear bow ties.
Well, it is holiday time.
You want something?
I'm good. I may. Let's see if I'm going to do my old phlegm. So anyway.
You want me to make you a tea?
Later, please.
Okay.
I've got 2.5 hours here if I can have a tea now.
If you're struggling, you might want to feel better.
So the deal is, I see this really mean-looking, grumpy woman. She was sitting like.
But she's shopping in Home Goods. She's not in Neiman Marcus.
True. And so I noticed that incongruously, this woman who looks like a character out of a Martin McDonough play, like this old Irish-looking woman.
Yeah.
But I noticed that she's got in her cart this rather enormous, adorable, Eastery kind of duck. Yeah, an enormous duck. I mean, something for a lawn.
But I also don't think you could leave it outside because it's too delicate. I think it's
So it's for an indoor party kind of thing?
I think
Where would you put that?
I think if you have children or something, you put it on the floor and then you put Easter eggs around it or something.
Oh, maybe. Maybe like a Christmas tree
You know
equivalent.
What, let me see if I could take a picture of it on your phone.
And find it.
That's what I'm going to try to do for you.
But me being me, I'm like, I want to know if they still have, because it's such a ridiculous thing to have, even it being Easter soon, right? It's such a silly.
But I told you that's the trend in.
Well, in Facebook and Instagram, people buying these weird, goofy sort of things, and hey, look how weird and goofy I am. I just bought a giant duck. I've been doing that for 30, 40 frickin' years. Buying 400 potatoes, putting ridiculous things around and having them basically because they're ridiculous. Now people are stealing my thunder, but I still have that thunder. So I start surreptitiously following this woman around the store because I just want to get a better look at it. Yeah.
Okay, based on TikTok,
it
is a duck found in HomeSense.
HomeSense? Yeah, okay, yeah.
Oh, wow, but do me a favor, don't show the top part because it says where we live. Just go visual matches, and you can click on any of those.
That doesn't really show where we live, okay. Anyway, so there are some similar versions. So this is kind of like the one she had.
So click on it, you could click on it, it'll give you more. It'll make you tea. You want tea?
Yes, I would love tea. Thank you very much. Okay. See, this is him.
Let me see him. How much is it?
TJ Maxx.
Yeah.
Let's visit. This thing, I understand. Okay. Whoa. I got it. Okay. No, I don't want to join Mercari. I don't want your fucking app.
Go back.
Hold on. I don't want the damned app.
Give it to me, honey, please. Poor David. Okay. So you want to look at the one that, let's see. Okay, Martha Stewart? This is Martha, I don't know that.
She's looking to see where this duck, it might be available for a price. Everything's available for a price, certainly in the world we live in now. What was I saying? So this woman has this item. This woman who...
Martha Stewart, porcelain Easter duck.
Who has the way she looks, you would figure she hasn't smiled in about 40 years, right? And yet she's pushing this cart around. She's sitting there on her phone at a certain point waiting.
The people who sell it are that Ricardi store.
Yeah. Really? Yeah. Well, it's like HomeSense you found it.
No, but it's showing that, so yeah.
And I'm following her around.
It says
yeah.
$182.
Whoa!
Just don't click on it, okay?
Hell no.
Look at the price.
And this is at Mercari?
I don't know what that is, but yeah.
Well, yeah, if you get Martha Stewart Living, look at this thing. $140. Now, I can't imagine in home sense this woman is paying $140 for this thing. Not that it isn't worth it. Not that it isn't beautiful. But, so I'm following her around the store, sort of like I'm one aisle over. I'm trying to be like Maxwell Smart, spying on these people or her to see what she's doing with this duck, or if she's going to keep it or maybe give it back. And finally, she's starting to give me a dirty look because I wasn't that, shall we say, surreptitious about my spying activities. And I get near her, and ultimately, even though she looks like, sort of like, wow, this is an amazing duck, and my wife sort of smooths the edges. And she realized, because I told her, I said, you know what, I just want a picture with it. I just want to be able to take a picture with this ridiculous, enormous duck. And ordinarily, I would have approached this woman to ask her and say, would you mind terribly, I'm not going to take your duck, I'm not trying to steal from you or get you in the parking lot or anything, but this is so amazing, can I please take a picture? But she seemed like so grumpy and so like at the world. So I didn't want to approach her, but my wife, who is ever, the smoother, if you will, she kind of says, hey, my husband is crazy. And he would really, really love, he wants to know where you got the duck and take a picture with it. And suddenly this woman who looked grumpy at the whole world suddenly said, and she literally said, if my ex-husband were like yours, I would still be married to him. He would, I would get the duck. He's like, no, I want that on the lawn. So I'm divorced now. I'm putting it on my lawn just to anger the neighbors. Love it. She actually said this. Beautiful line. I'm just doing it to piss off the neighbors. And I told her, I said, I'm the kind of person who would buy 10 and put them on the lawn. Or whether I wouldn't really want to anger the neighbors. I would just like to have the neighbors go, oh, our neighbor, yeah, Dave, he puts things. He's got, what has he got now, ducks? Yeah, okay, fine. Anywho, she was very sweet. She allowed me, as you saw, to take the picture with the giant, enormous Easter duck in her shopping cart. I was still kind of hoping that she would think again and put it maybe back, but she didn't. I'm guessing, though, that she didn't pay $150 for the thing, probably, but as my wife would say, I wouldn't be shocked if it was $60 or $70 because of the size of it. And let's really say the sheer incredible beauty of it. So let me show you one more time, if I can have it, before Mr. Nosenbloom. Oh, no, she took it with her phone, I'm sorry. Hold on. Because it's worth seeing again. Oh, here. Ta-da! Anywho, yes, I did that this week. Oh, yeah. We make our fun where we can, in and out of the Daverhood. By the way, you're watching Dave's Gone By for whatever reason. And we are here every Saturday from 9 until noon-ish or thereabouts doing this. But we do have segments, as I mentioned. We've got Greeley Times coming at you, Bunion Watch, StoryTime. We'll probably do Dave's Big Dictionary, where I will come up with a random word, and then I'll have to talk about it extemporaneously. And, of course, our Colorado Limerick of the Damned, where we go to Bristol. Hold on one mo. Bristol.
Put the duck down and take this. This is very hot.
Put the duck, take the cannoli. All right.
Okay, you may want to move it in. It's very hot. And
yeah, I'm literally.
Push it in if you want.
That's what she said.
Push it over.
Okay. All right, here we go. So, thank you.
I couldn't fix his hat. It fell off a little down.
Oh, that looks great. Look, looks like Stevie Nicks, I think. But
I'll fix his collar felt too.
Oh, his collar. Oh, hold on. How did it get stuck that way? All right. Oh, that's his tie. His tie got push-unkled. His collar's okay. Here we go.
I couldn't carry the octopus with the octopus.
Oh, it's all right. It's okay.
I have your phone so I could look at your Facebook.
Yes, there we go. Here we go.
That hat is jaunty.
Is it? All right, hold on. Here we go.
He could be your mascot. He's better than that duck, no? Isn't he cuter?
Oh, he's very cute. He was also $1, as opposed to $140.
And all his attire was free with me assembling it.
Well, it cost a penny for the construction paper
That's
or
true.
two. Probably 3 or 4 cents for the green construction paper. We also used some brown.
Brown one we got him.
Yeah. But he's looking cute. I like that. Anyway, so we've got all this coming on this episode of the Dave's Gone By Facebook, your podcast, your programming of the stream. And please remember that if you're curious about older episodes of the show, going back 22 years, all you got to do is go to davesgoneby.com.
Yeah.
Dave's Gone By, DABES. There goes the Daverhood. Davesgoneby.com. The archives are free, and we literally have, we've done 980 episodes of this. There's 977 that we've been able to save. Some of them, we lost some minutes in there. Some of them, we had audio glitches.
Pi Day, 314.
Yesterday was Pi Day. Wait a minute. No, we didn't. What did we have at the restaurant yesterday?
We had pie.
We had a slice of pie.
But it's supposed to be pizza pie.
Was it really?
I don't know. What do I know?
No. Pi Day. Well, anybody who knows a little bit of math knows that pi, 3.1487, is this infinite number, supposedly, that, what is it, indivisible? It's a prime number, and I don't know what the hell it is. But,
Yeah, it's a circumference thing.
but and it looks like, a little archway thing. So Pi Day is March 14th because it's 3.14. Yeah. But go figure. My wife and I were at one of our usual haunts yesterday, and we're like, okay, we're going to splurge because we weren't quite hungry for dinner at that point, but we needed a little something just before dinner time.
Yeah.
And they have these marvelous desserts in this place.
Oh, yeah.
And we were trying to decide. It was like, okay, this one looks pretty. I was, the flourless chocolate torte. I was like, yeah. I was like, it's basically a chocolate cake. So I was like, no, wait a minute, no.
I think the only thing was, like, there's some people who can't have, like, celiac people. So it's probably, for them, it's probably heaven because they can't get a chocolate cake.
Right.
Like, if you can't.
Yeah, it's like gluten or flour or whatever. So, but I was like, for a chocolate cake, I don't need this. And then we grabbed the one that had like whipped cream, almost like chocolate truffle as a layer, and then crust.
Like a mixture of pudding and truffle. It had a very unique.
Yeah, really, really delicious. And so we did actually have, unintentionally, accidentally, we had pie on Pi Day.
Nobody even made that connection at the store. Because I said, which is better? I don't want the one in the tin. He said, no, the pie in the tin is better.
Yeah.
Because it has the whipped cream and the shake. He said,
Yeah.
He said, everything is made with the same chocolate, but this one is just much better.
Yeah, I'm sure they're all delish. The place makes really, really good.
You can't go wrong. I mean, that's not real.
Yeah. So we celebrated, accidentally, we celebrated Pi Day, which is an exciting thing. And then today is the Ides of March. So.
Oh, poor Caesar.
I know. We should have a salad. We should have a Caesar salad on the Ides of March. That would make so much sense. Uh-oh.
Bless you. I'm doing your little thing saying.
I just made a sneezer salad. Get it? Sneezer salad. And then we got St. Patrick's Day coming. Yesterday was also Purim. So it was Purim Day.
What song do you want? Happy Day, Three Little Birds. It's giving me songs that I could put with you. Join me live on Facebook. In the words, you could do Showing Off, the Danger Twins, Good Old Sunshine, the Beatles, Oh Happy Day, Eddie Hawkins, Three Little Birds, Born to be Wild, Consistency, God's Country, My Best Friend, Life is Good, What a Wonderful World.
All right, yeah. Well, no, that's cliche. Maybe do...
What about Good Day Sunshine with the Beatles?
Sure. Okay. But don't play it because then I'll get gazapped.
You could pick it there. It's telling me to pick it for your stuff.
All right.
I don't know
how that whole thing works.
I don't know either. I'm going to see. See, look. So that's your Facebook Live, right?
Yeah.
I think click on it. Where
Can they do Tropical Hot Dog Night? Maybe that would be...
I didn't see that one. Click on that
Good.
there.
All right, let's try it.
I never supposed to click on that. And
Well, it seems like it's playing. Oh, no, it's... Okay, I gotta lower that because I don't want it to be
yeah, so it's
gazoop.
playing, see?
Wow, why is it playing while I'm doing my thing? I don't get it.
That's basically, that's what it gives you that option to lure people into your site. So let's see.
That's a new.
Maybe these are songs that are allowed to be played.
Yeah, if they have the copyright for the Beatles'
Yeah.
Good Day Sunshine.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, Facebook is, I'd probably try anything to get people to go to Blue Sky.
And now you're back up.
Yay. Anywho, yeah, no, I finally, this week I did start a Blue Sky social account. I haven't done anything
I have it too.
with it. I mean, do you look at it? Is there anybody on there?
Yeah, you have to find friends. So, like, I joined a group of, like, people who do what I do. They say, we're looking for people who do what we do. And then they amplify your stuff.
All right.
I don't write anything on there. I just look at it. You could look for, like, podcasting.
People who make bad jokes for,
podcasters or something. Like,
yeah.
Or, like, radio people or theater people. And then then once that, it's like, this is a list of 10 theater people. And then once people see you, they become your friend, and then you could see their stuff.
I mean, I'm tempted by it, but at the same time, it's just, so much smaller than Facebook. And it's mostly a bunch of people who jumped from Facebook after Zuckerberg.
No, not Facebook. They jumped from Twitter.
Oh, they jumped because of Elon Musk. Oh,
X,
yeah. So that's right. No, but Musk doesn't own Facebook. He owns Twitter. So they jumped from Twitter for Blue Sky. Yeah, got it. Got it. Yeah. Anyway, but I am on Instagram, David.Lefkowitz. I am on Twitter, Radio Dave 2. I am, of course, on Facebook, the channel you're watching, Dave's Gone By. So, what else? What else this week? Before we get to our the stuff that we normally talk about, our regular segments, anything that we can kind of bring up? I've got to say, after a period of time when my wife and I were really kind of down on, because all we talk about is food, down on Chipotle, because we'd gone to a Chipotle a few months ago.
Oh no, it was like, it looked like it was like, their last scrapings. Even the one in Forest Hills isn't as good as the one we go to here.
Oh yeah, no, but I mean, we'd gone to one where it really looked like they took something that came out of a goat, threw it into
it looked like it just was like, it's like I said to one cafeteria worker, can you please make my food with love? The food there was not made with love.
No,
it looked like it was just like,
No, it looked like it was.
We walked out because I didn't want to.
Yeah, we wanted. I looked at. I mean, I'll eat anything, but I looked at it and I was like, no, thank you. And one time I went to one in Manhattan when I was taking my Aunt Bonnie to a show. This is a couple of years ago. I took her to a show in New York, and we were looking for a quick place to eat. I was we used to eat in Chipotle in Colorado all the time. Let's go to Chipotle. And it was gross. It was like, it was crowded. The food wasn't good. I'm like, fuck this. What am I? And used to get a burrito for $7. Now it's 11 or 12. I'm like, no. But
the way we found the one we like is we went in just to see if they had unsweetened tea.
Right.
And then the girl said it's sweetened, and then a skinny worker, he's very skinny, he said, no, I make it, there's no sugar.
Yeah, and he was right, and he's good. I mean, he's one of the people there you can kind of tell, oh, he really is Hispanic or Mexican.
But he really is a good cook. Like, when you go there, the people who make the food, it's cooked. It's not just like, oh, we're following a recipe and we're just going to make some food. This is like really well cooked. The rice is flavored. It's Chipotle flavor, but it's fresh.
I mean, it's a bowl of salt in a way, but it's good.
Yeah.
And whether it's worth what they charge now for a goddamn burrito, I don't know, but at least it's good again. So, we had it there. What?
Why are you on such a rant?
Because I'm always on a rant. You've known me for 28 years. Ranting is my resting face.
Either you're ranting or you're silly stupid.
Yes. Hello, Jewish male, 61 years old, from Brooklyn, New York, with, from Stegel Jewelry. Yes, I'm drinking my tea. This is what I do. I'm either ridiculous, silly, goofy, or ranting.
Yeah.
In fact, I figured out the best way on Facebook to counter people who are saying things that are enraging me.
Yes.
I've begun countering with nonsense. Because I used to say all these angry, rage-filled counter things and saying, wishing them dead or whatever, and I get a message like, you can't say that on Facebook. All right. So now it's just kind of fun when someone comes at me with something politically. Yeah.
I'm looking at Cousin Michael. Look at those old decorations.
Oh yeah.
I like that.
When someone comes at me
With hate.
with something politically, well, politically that I despise, and I think we know in what part of the country we're talking about, and it's sort of and the kind of leftists that you'll see on Blue Sky Social, who are saying, and it used to be like, well, F you, and sometimes I still do that, but I've discovered the joy of just hitting them with complete, utter nonsense. And I want to thank for this Baylen. God bless Baylen.
Oh my goodness.
So we were at your dad's house
Yeah.
about 2 weeks ago. Nothing much to do, so we're sitting there watching TV. And there's a show that we had seen the previews for, but we don't get regular cable here. We were never able to watch it. There, he still has cable. So we're watching, I guess it was Lifetime Network. There's this girl named Baylen.
People know her. Everyone seems to know her.
She's viral. She's got a TV. People apparently still watch cable TV. I didn't think so. I thought everybody's on Fire Stick and Hulu and unplugged from cable.
Yeah, but maybe she also has some kind of social media presence.
Oh, totally. And she goes viral because she's this cute, blonde woman from like Middle America, wherever the hell she's from. And a girl. I mean, she started posting. She was viral before she got her show. That was kind of the thing. She was discovered on social media. And she was discovered not just because she's cute, not just because she's friendly and peppy and whatever, but she has a rather serious case of old school Tourette syndrome. And let's face it, of all the diseases out there, Tourette's is the funniest.
We looked up why people say inappropriate things.
Yeah, because she isn't, Tourette's can have all different kinds of iterations, and apparently only 10% of the people who have Tourette's go into the direction of saying really naughty, X-rated, R-rated, hide the company, hide the priest sort of things. Most people just have tics, and they'll say a word, or they'll make a noise.
Had it, right? Didn't Billie Eilish say she had it?
Oh, good. I hope
No, I
she.
don't know.
I think Billie Eilish does have.
Here, honey, look at this. What caused
But she's so anti-Israel, I hope Billie Eilish dies of her tics. But anywho, see, that's the kind of non-nonsense I would post back. But this girl. Oh, so here's Tourette syndrome. Here's an overview.
Background, and some people don't know.
It's a disorder that involves repetitive movements or unwanted sounds, aka tics, that cannot be easily controlled. You might repeatedly blink your eyes, shrug your shoulders, or blurt unusual or offensive.
If I saw somebody, they might be having a seizure at first, right?
Well, I think she has had, honest to God, I think she has had a seizure or two,
wow.
or come close to it. Tics typically show up between ages 2 and 15, with the average being around 6 years of age. Her story was weird.
Wow.
She didn't get it until she was 17.
How come?
Who knows?
How do you get it so
How do people get MS when they're,
Maybe she had it, but they weren't bad enough to notice.
Yeah, that's right. She started getting a little progressively, and that wasn't diagnosed until she was, but when she was 7, nothing, Males are about 3 or 4 times more likely.
Oh, there you go, to get diagnosed?
To get Tourette's at all.
Oh, okay.
And there's no cure, but there are treatment. And tics often lessen or become controlled after the teen years. Well, simple tics, brief and repetitive. Complex tics, which involve movement and speech and can have a whole, like when she will go, and I love this, we're going to make believe this is rotisserie chicken.
Yeah.
Except it's quite not.
It's the opposite. Yeah. Wait a second.
We have a duck. What do we have? We have a chicken? We have a chicken. Of course we do. So one of the things that Baylen does, if you've never seen the show,
you have a bunch of them.
One of her great tics, maybe the greatest tic of all, because it's one thing to see this very innocent-looking, cute girl in various contexts use the F word, or say, God damn, and dirty words. Okay, fine. It's funny, but kind of expected. And it's the absurdity is the real funny part. When she says something like, tippy tap that wiener, tap the rotisserie chicken. This is her line. Tippy tap that wiener, tap the rotisserie chicken.
Poor chicken.
So wiener could go either way as being kind of dirty, but it's also a hot dog. But there's nothing dirty about a rotisserie chicken. Well, there's something sad if you're a real chicken. Oh,
The rotisserie chickens, if they're cooked too long, you could get sick.
or they're not cooked enough.
Didn't you tell me the story was she was going to Walmart or somewhere? And
Yeah, she was trying to explain.
She had an episode where she touched a chicken.
Well, that was the thing. People always ask her,
Yeah.
where did the rotisserie chicken thing come? Because it's one thing, again, for her to say F or shit or these other words. It's another to come up with.
Chicken is the cutest one, I think.
Yeah, it's absurd. It's completely nuts. It's dada random, which is what makes it so beautiful. Tap that rotisserie chicken. And why? And she will physically.
Look,
yeah.
It said, take me home tonight. It's your Outback steak. Yeah.
So she says, tippy tap that wiener, which, okay, kind of, and then tap that rotisserie chicken.
I love that. I love that.
And she'll say them together.
I love the rotisserie chicken. It's so unique.
Isn't it beautiful?
Yeah.
That's what made me suddenly a complete, utter fan. Because honestly, if Bravo or Lifetime or whoever's showing this show is being exploitative, this is no different from what Howard Stern was doing 40 years ago on the radio. He would have people with Tourette's on the show because it was friggin' funny. He got Fred writing the 7-second delay in case they said something dirty. But so it's funny,
But she's just doing, they cut all those pieces together.
Yeah.
I'm sure she's not,
Yeah. She gets anxious, she gets anxiety.
Because we saw that reality, remember the reality show we saw, like, it's Australian, like, people ask those things or don't ask those questions. And they were talking to two reality stars, and one said he was made a villain. But he didn't do anything wrong. Like, at one point he was drinking, like, wine or beer, and he was licking his lips. And then all they did was show that clip over and over. And he's like, I did it once.
They make him look like an alcoholic.
So, like, I wonder if it's the same,
Well, I mean, they're going to cut the Baylen show because people are tuning in to basically see her tick. So there is I mean, what's the fun of watching? I mean, she's cute, but what's the fun of watching a girl go about girly things with her boyfriend, her family? Who cares?
They set it up because his family, they're very conservative, religious people. They don't curse in the home. The couple must sleep together. And then she gets there. As soon as she gets there, they show the tirade of...
Well, not only that, as soon as she gets there, she's sitting on the couch. She says she's nervous. They've set this up so that her boyfriend's parents, who are quite religious, are doing a Bible study.
Oh, and they're going to move in. And they're going to move in together, and they're asking her if she wants to join the Bible study.
Yeah, and then literally, the mother is reading from the Bible, which, of course, triggers Baylen to go, fuck Jesus, fuck! And make the faces and stuff. And you're just watching.
What did the mother do?
She just kept reading from the Bible, because they knew, they were warned. They know, but at the same time, it's got to be a little difficult to know that your son is going to be dating and living with this woman.
Married,
who is, who behaves like this in public, who can't control. It's one thing to be in their living room. Imagine she's going to church and they'll want her to go to church.
That's the thing she was saying.
Yeah. Imagine communion. It's like, chew the wafer, tippy tap the rotisserie chicken.
I told you when we went to Pennsylvania, it was the Catholic church, and they had a room, like the main altar on the other side. It was like plexiglass. And you could see kids running, playing, screaming, but you couldn't hear it. So, maybe for her, like, they could, and she said she felt bad, but she was embarrassed it might disturb the service.
Sure. I mean, she understands that what she's doing is funny, but it's also, it's a horrible thing to have to live with and not be able to control. What was the other? There was, of course, the famous rotisserie, goddamn. Oh, and she has a compulsion. Anytime, if she saw me in a room, she would point at me, you're bald. Oh, really? She has to tell someone who's bald they're bald.
Oh, you know where she'd succeed? Hair club from that.
Yeah, you're bald.
No, she would be like, because they would hide it with the toupee.
Yeah, but they would. The point is, I guess, of the show is not so much to trigger her, but to put her in situations. Normalize, but make sure she shows it. She wouldn't be all that interesting if she wasn't ticking. We want to see her tick. We want to see her say weird, ridiculous things. Like the trouble with her show is by the middle of the next season, let's say, if she hasn't come up with another rotisserie chicken, we're going to be like, okay, Baylen, you can say that big word, big deal, big whoop whoop, come up with something new, and it'd be hard. People on the street trying to make her tick.
I wonder if she loses them, like if because you said as you get older you learn how to manage. So It's like all these child actors and actresses. Ooh, my blender parts.
Yeah. But I think it'd be funny.
That wasn't a tick. Those were my blender parts.
No, but it would be kind of funny if let's say there are people who see her on the street and suddenly they're riding a bicycle. They go off the bicycle. I'm carrying my bicycle, and they're hoping that she'll pick that up and be carry the bicycle. You know.
I think it must be really hard for the poor kid. You know, like.
Well, absolutely. I mean, granted, she's probably, thanks to being viral and having a show, she's probably a millionaire at this point.
Do you really think?
I read somewhere where she's probably making.
The Chrisleys, they had that show and then they all went to jail, right?
Well, yeah. Had they not committed fraud, they'd be quite rich.
So that's bad. I mean, you know, who knows?
Yeah. No, but I mean, it's amazing the money you don't realize the money some people make. You know, or you talk about what was that, the fans only, the OnlyFans thing, where women get on there. Okay, they make some money. People buy some photographs or something, and then they make $3 million a month.
I don't know who makes that, dude.
They do, or whatever.
How do you know that?
I'm just like, I mean, how?
We don't understand.
How do I do this show and make not a goddamn penny?
Well, maybe if you show your feet later, you might.
I will. I'll show you my I will show you my bunions. But it's 25 cents per second if you want to watch on the honor system. So I'll give you my Zelle. My Zelle address, and you can for 25 cents I'll show the bunions. It only takes about 2 minutes, so it's cheap. But if 12 million of you want to see my bunions, I can pay the mortgage.
With that thing, I want to make the numbers. I think I have to make the numbers bigger. But
we can't really because our paper isn't that big.
The construction paper is not big enough. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, anywho.
They must sell bigger construction paper sizes.
Oh, they do? You can go get it at Michael's or something.
Yeah, like we need, according to that, the size of the numbers for your show should be like this big.
Well, yeah, okay. You know, if we want to spend money, remember you're talking to a Jew.
Numbers again and again, right?
Well, yeah, 0 through, we would probably use them. Actually, we're going to need more if this show goes over 1,000.
Oh, we'll need to get. Oh, yeah. So maybe when we do that, we'll just get the bigger.
Yeah, we'll just.
We'll look for a bigger construction.
Now, I'm probably. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to take this show past like 1,001. I can't. I don't know.
You could do one squiggle and then do the number for the second.
Oh yeah, like the.
I'm gonna sneeze.
Gesundheit. Here comes a sneeze. Tap that rotisserie chicken. There you go. Gesundheit. But that's what I've been doing on Facebook a lot now. Not a lot.
Tissue, honey.
I don't have. In my spare time, if people are not texting, but they're messaging or posting certain things that I do not like politically, most of the time instead of bothering to engage or saying something directly to them, I'll just quote Baylen. You know, tap that wiener, tippy tap that rotisserie chicken, whoop whoop, or the Lauren Ibsen thing where it's fake, piggy, weird, total nonsense Latin that they'll fill up a page with to show margins and things, but it's not actual words. Or nonsense lyrics from some great songs back in the day from like Captain Beefheart or something. I find that fun. And it's great when I get thumbs up on that. People see that. They see I'm responding to what I consider nonsense with actual, real nonsense. And it's kind of it's a good feeling to know you're alive, ladies and gentlemen. A happy feeling. You're growing inside. And when you wake up ready to say, I think I'll make a piggy new day, it's such a good feeling. A feeling to know that I'm here on this Saturday, March 15th, 2025. We're doing the 980th episode of the Dave's Gone By show. I'm Dave Lefkowitz, by the way. That's my darling and adorable wife. All you guys are watching at home, if you want to drop me an email, davesgoneby@aol.com is the way to do that. davesgoneby@aol.com. Plus, you can always feel free to message me or post on our Facebook page, Dave's Gone By. So, yes, I haven't also mentioned that we still have a bit to do. We've got our Colorado Limerick of the Damned coming up, where we're going to Bristol, Colorado, for a really disgusting poem. I haven't done. I've not done Bunion Watch yet.
Okay.
No, we haven't actually done any segments yet. We're an hour into the show, and we haven't done one segment. We need a little St. Patrick's Day right this very minute. Oh, ooh, okay. Green, the green. Yeah, yeah, I can think of it. The green, of course. Sure. Oh, look, hon, my wrinkles are disappearing. You know why? Botox.
Oh, I like that.
Get it, Bo?
You don't want to get Botox, so you said.
No, hell no, no. I mean, I would love to get rid of these bags under the eyes, but I'm not going. What am I going to do? Just like,
No, all you need is cold ice, like ice pack.
well, that'll reduce them
And you know
slightly.
what they have? We got it, but I don't know where it is. It was really, put one on frog too, no?
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
What I really liked that
Yeah.
we got was, it feels cold like marble.
Yeah.
It feels like marble.
Uh-huh.
And you put it in the fridge and then you roll it like a roller on your eyes.
Oh yeah, I know that
Here,
thing.
David, wear your tartan.
I beg your pardon? I'm tart myself up with a tartan. Hold on. That's okay. That's more Scotch than this won't stay. Come on, Froggy, stay. There we go. So we got Froggy on the
Wear
side.
this like your tartan. Like
Oh, I'll do it like this. Here.
The wrong way. Sideways.
Like here?
Yeah, no, like this, like it's like a sash.
Oh, I get it.
Yes.
All right. There we go. That's pretty cool. Diggly. Oh, well.
Oh well.
Diggly.
Take it on yourself. Tape it.
Yeah, you're right. No. I had so much trouble positioning the frog. All right. Anyway, it's almost 10 o'clock in the morning Eastern time on this pre-St. Patrick's Day, post-Purim,
When is St. Patrick's Day? Monday?
17th. So, yeah,
Okay.
Monday,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So, Froggy just lost his bow. Oh, it's all coming apart, my friends. It's all going to hell, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, the world at large. But here, let's take this bow onto Froggy, so he will be happy. He can be happy or hoppy all the
Is
time.
that baby Graham still we're singing about?
No, that's Joseph Spinks,
Happy. Oh, Joseph Spinks.
the Bahamian guitarist. Anywho, let's get to some of the stuff that we're really going to do on this episode of Dave's Gone By on this March 15th. We've got Bunion Watch coming, Storytime coming, maybe Dave's Big Dictionary, Colorado Limerick of Damned. Also, Rabbi Saul has a Rabbinical Reflection, his 192nd mini sermonette. And yes, it will be political. So we got that coming up. But before then, my wife and I used to live in Greeley, Colorado for many years. And while we were there, the newspaper, and it still is the local newspaper of Greeley, Colorado, it's called the Greeley Tribune. And in it, they have a weekly column based on phone calls that come into the Greeley Police Dispatch from folks saying, oh my God, this weird thing is happening in the neighborhood, you better send a cop. Most of the time, the phone calls are weirder than anything else, and they're public record. So the newspaper can actually print what the people are calling about, as long as they strip away the identifiers. The paper calls it cop log. We take the funniest of those, at least in my opinion, and call it Greeley Times. Oops, I still forgot to download the Greeley Times music.
Okay.
It's Tom Waits doing Midtown.
Da
Da da da dum. Da 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 da.
I'm doing on the thing.
Diddly doo.
Where's my other thing? Okay.
Here we go.
Okay.
Diddly open dee wee.
What happened here? Hold on a second.
Doodly doo. My wife there getting the drums ready. Uh-oh. Yeah, so there they go. That's good. Diddly doo. Diddly dee. Greeley Times. Diddly dee. Bunion dee wee. Here on Dave's Gone By. Are you ready for some criminality? Oh, wow. Okay, I'm going to get it on the trombone phone. A caller on 42nd Avenue said, well, he's still calling, said the neighbors put spikes on their fence to combat squirrels.
Put what on their fence?
Spikes, like spiky things. The caller kept finding dead and injured squirrels in her yard.
Oh, God.
So she wanted to know if what they were doing was legal.
That's horrible.
I mean, let's face it, it is legal to find dead squirrels in your yard. And as for the inventor, I don't know, isn't it up to the squirrels to get smarter?
No, I think they have to get a squirrel urgent care nearby. You just have to get a little tiny squirrel bus, and you put them all to the squirrel urgent care. That's all.
the squirrels on the bus go round and round. But I
There's
mean,
squirrels
how
on
would
the
you feel?
bus.
Like we hate the squirrels because they keep.
I wouldn't want to hurt them like that. That's sick.
Yeah.
Get some people who want meat and eat squirrels. They could eat squirrels.
Well,
Or
yeah.
make some arrangement, I don't know.
Because what I don't understand is like when people put spikes on, like near rooftops and on gutters and things to keep away pigeons.
And pigeons sit on it.
Pigeons don't get hurt.
The pigeons sit on it. They're like,
Yeah.
good luck with that.
So why are squirrels so clumsy or dumb?
Maybe there's some kind of food or something they want,
Even so, I guess squirrels are not as smart as pigeons or something, or have different kind of feet. Anyway, caller. Oh, we have another caller. My gosh, at a park. Let me grab this. Pig phone. A caller at a park on Glenmere Boulevard saw a turkey wrapped in a fishing net.
What the heck is it? Wildlife Day there?
Well, that is the worst Thanksgiving preparation ever.
Yeah,
But this is what I don't understand. It's like how, like, did they go fishing and suddenly they went and they were looking for carp and a turkey came up with it? I do not know. Honestly don't know.
That makes no sense.
Oh, I'm gonna get my Dave cup. Hello.
Your Dave cup is ringing?
Yeah, it is. Isn't that weird?
Okay.
Yeah, Oh, it's just some mug calling. A caller on 14th Avenue kept telling the call taker that he had, quote, a situation and needed the police.
Do the trombone.
Thing is, if he had a situation, did he also have a Snooki and a Paulie D?
Aww.
That's witty comedy, my friends. Wit. Anywho, another call. I'll take the frog phone.
Okay.
A caller on 49th Avenue said the car behind them jumped the curb, hit a city light pole, and then took off. Another call regarding
Oh my God.
Yeah, so...
Where's I need my crashing.
Oh yeah, kaboom.
I don't know where my sound.
Oh, I have the white one here. Oh, there it is. You got it. So someone else called about the same incident.
It must have been bad.
Now check this out. The car, they said, also knocked down a stop sign as it drove away. I would, I want to drive that car.
I think that's a demolition derby.
If a car can knock over like a light pole
look for me.
and then go after a stop sign, oh, you want to show that?
Eva. From Eva. Eva.
Oh, Eva
German,
Heinemann.
it's Ava. German, it's
Yeah,
Ava.
yeah.
The E is an A, like Ava.
Yeah. Well, Hebrew, I'm David, or David, or David in Yiddish. So, anyway, so where are we?
The car, you said if you crashed a car that many times, I said demolition derby.
Yeah, demolition. But also think of the strength of that car
Yeah.
to bash into a light pole, drive away, knock over a stop sign, and drive away. That I don't know if that's a Tesla. However much we hate
It's
Elon.
probably a Subaru.
I won't be shocked. Yeah. Let's see, one more. A caller at an unknown address said that her 11-year-old had been talking about running away. The caller said that her child had made it as far as opening the window.
Well, that's a pretty bad way to run away. You run out the door.
Well, a kid probably thinks it can't get out the door, so go down the window. But the caller said, thank goodness she tied the girl up with stronger piano wire this time. So she'll be... Oh, that's the broken one.
You might have the good
I have the good one. It's
You
here.
can find one that says whatever. It's the girl on the top one.
Yeah.
The girl on the top. It says whatever. The young girl.
Whatever.
There we go.
Whatever.
Oh, this must be the new one. We bought a new one recently.
Whatever.
Shall we go elsewhere for a story from Greeley criminality? I think we shall. So, not only do we do stories directly from Greeley, Colorado, but we also have, on most of our Greeley Times segments, one story that is from far away. Could be from another state, could be from another country, all the way across the world. Today, we go pretty far away.
Where, honey?
India. Hey, what happened to my glasses?
Where are they? Oh, I see it here. Look.
Just point.
I can't. There.
Oh, how they go? Yeah.
Okay.
This story comes all the way from India and was reported by viewfromthewing.com, although a bunch of other places picked up this story. This is all over the place. The answer to the question is, the question is, what were they eating? The likely answer is Indian food.
Yeah.
On Wednesday, March 9th, so just last week, Air India Flight 126 from Chicago O'Hare to Delhi took off at 11:24 in the morning on a 14-hour journey.
Oh, yeah, normal.
Yeah. However,
What happened?
4.5 hours later,
Oh, no. What?
the Boeing was crossing over Greenland, and the pilots chose to turn around and fly 4.5 hours back to Chicago.
Oh, did someone forget their takeout food?
In a manner of speaking, no, someone left their takeout food, if you will.
What?
11 out of the plane's 12 toilets were clogged and became inoperable. Only one loo in business class still worked.
Why didn't they just go to another airport and have them declog them?
I don't know why they couldn't land in Greenland somewhere,
Or some liquid plumber.
or something, or change planes, not having to go all the way back to Chicago. What?
That's really bad.
No kidding. No kidding. Not to mention, I didn't realize that there were 12 stalls on a commercial jet. I mean, I would figure it was maybe 6.
2 in first class.
Right.
Maybe 2 in business class. But it's like, remember the one we took to Italy? It was a huge plane. It had like 4 or 5 seats in the middle, 2 on each side.
Yeah.
So maybe there's 2 in the first class, 2 in business, and maybe that's 4, and maybe 8 in economy.
I guess I don't know where you put them, but
I don't know.
I'm used to going on planes. I think there's maybe 2
That's really
stalls in the back and 2 in the front, and that's it. I mean, that's more stalls than you would have in a Broadway theater
That's horrible.
with 1,200 people. Well, no, that's not quite true. No. But
No, the older theaters. I'm sure there's. I'm gonna look it up. Is there a formula for how many passengers you have on an airline and the reciprocal number of stalls and toilets? No, I don't know. How do I know how many toilets are on my plane? AI said you can check the seating by Seat Guru.
well, it's not really. It's a different kind of a seat.
Here it says 1 lavatory for every 50 passengers.
Huh. So yeah, if you figure there's 300 people on a plane, right, that should be, I don't know, 30 divided by 50 is 6, right? Yeah. So it should be 6 lavies, not 12.
No, maybe they had, well, who knows?
But the amazing thing about this, remember, is that
Yes.
11 of their
Yes.
12 toilets clogged.
That's bad.
It's like 92% of their toilets clogged within 4.5 hours of leaving.
What were they serving?
Yes,
I mean, they probably had some bad food.
Indian food. Yeah.
Something bad.
When the plane landed back in Chicago, Delta staff volunteered to help get the 300 passengers off and into overnight accommodations and alternative travel plans.
And I
So
guess
Delta
what-
was helping Air India. Yeah.
Guess what happened?
What?
Although they clogged the hotel toilets too.
But honestly, but really all it meant was they were just having passengers call Air India. There really wasn't much to do. They were just,
That's sad.
well, yeah,
You know what makes me sad? There are people waiting to pick them up. You know, that's always the, like,
of course.
you know, and then, like, it's a lot, you know?
Yeah. I was going to drive them home in the car. And then, considering the condition of their pants right now, you really don't want to drive them in your car.
300 people, that's a lot.
And that is. Although 12 stalls should be more than enough to accommodate 300 people. Except how do you have a clog in every, unless there's like
You know what
one
I think
mainline
happened?
call.
You know what I think happened to
What?
you?
What's that?
I don't think it was many people. I think it was one person who was really sick, and they would clog a toilet, and then then they would go to the next one and clog the next one, and then they would go to the next one and
Yeah,
clog
but you have to
the
be
next
800 pounds to do that. I mean, come on.
Well, maybe they were flushing diapers down the toilet. It doesn't have to be doo-doo.
If they were putting something there, or, again, it's like, does each individual toilet make its own Pittsburgh, or is there one pipe that they're mostly attached to, and therefore if that pipe goes, they're all useless. India Air used to promote travel, or used to promote travel with them was like visiting India, but the good parts. I didn't write this. This is what they're saying. It's like, well, they're making big investments in playing and branding, but clearly they have work to do with irregular operations recovery at outstations. Now, this is from this story on View from the Wing, which is all about airlines and things. To be fair, it's not uncommon for airplane toilets to clog, mainly because passengers flush unauthorized items.
Like toilets,
tampons
baby
and
wipes,
sometimes even
drugs.
Sometimes even just a couple of out-of-commission toilets is enough to turn a plane around. Really? Give them bags. What's the point of barf bags? You can,
But who checks that? The flight attendants do like a doo-doo check or something? Is there something?
Well, first of all, it probably stinks to high heaven. And then somebody comes out of the bathroom and says, it won't flush. There's a problem. Seriously. For dinner, I had the idli, and now I make a squidly. It won't go. Oh, no. One reader of this story posted underneath that it is typical of Air India to face total incompetence, to which another reader replied, no, this time it was total incontinence. Yes, indeed. So that was our elsewhere story. Definitely did you like the story, Pooey? Pooey's with us, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that. Pooey, have you ever gotten stuck in like a toilet or something?
Ask him what happened. If anybody should know, it's him.
Oh, I guess they were eating too much pooey porty. And that's a racist anti-Indian. No, I'm just being funny. I just make laugh. Pooey. Oh, Pooey. Love him. Anyway, let's do one or two more of Greeley Times, and then we'll move on with more of our show. So, a 15-year-old. Back to the pig phone. This 15-year-old at the Greeley Police Department, physically there, had questions for officers about what would happen if, quote, he put hands on his stepfather. Yipes. I guess it's good for him to ask. It's like, if I take a steak knife and start, carving his eyeballs out, would I get into trouble? I thought I'd ask you first before.
Why would you do? At least we know he has a conscience. If you're asking that, maybe he would. Maybe that's what do they call it in English? A cry for help, like he wants to be stopped.
Yeah. If I get a hatchet from the garage and remove one of his testicles that way, would that be? I'm just asking the cops. It's just hypothetical. Stepdad. And our last Greeley time for this Saturday morning is alert! Hon? You're never going to guess. This is one of the classic alerts.
Roasted rotisserie chicken,
tippy tap that alert. No. What's the greatest alert of all time?
Oh, cock?
Oh, not chicken alert, but...
Oh, 8th and 8th?
Yes!
Whoa, where is it? Hold on, I gotta find the...
This is very important. Ladies and gentlemen.
Give me the white, the nurse maker.
Here we go. Yeah, you got it.
Hold on 1 second.
Oh, of course. 8th and 8th. Because we have a story from 8th Avenue, this would be an 8th Street, the nexus, the vortex, the Bermuda Triangle of Greeley, Colorado, 8th and 8th.
Of all things unusual.
And this happened, I swear to God.
I used to like Club 88s, though. That wasn't a bad place.
Oh, that was that. But you know what time of day this happened? I'm not kidding.
8 p.m.?
8 a.m.
Oh.
8 a.m.
Oh.
On 8th and 8th.
Uh-oh.
You know, and I go around most of the time thinking, I have no joy in my life. I'm bored. I hate the world. I hate everything. But then I get an 8th and 8th
and
alert.
It's on 980. It's on your 980th show.
On our 980th show, 8 in the morning. And you know what I did for breakfast today? I ate.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah.
Wait.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Okay, gotta wear the tartan for this one. Here we go.
It's formal.
Okay.
I'll make you a hat. I'll make you a hat.
Oh no, we'll never be able to use this again if it gets all crumpled.
Like, what would we use it for?
I don't know what we're doing right now. You'll never be able to make me another hat if you make a hat of it now. But let's try this. So here is our alert from 8th Avenue and 8th Street in Greeley, Colorado. A caller at a coffee shop said a man. This is rather appropriate also for the Air India story. A caller at this coffee shop said,
Put on your hat.
"Oh, gotta do it. Sorry, gotta do it. Ready?
No, Robin, not that way, the other way. Yeah. Oh, you look schneck. Oh, wow. You're
nope.
living it.
Hold on.
You're
I
living it.
gotta keep it on my head. Hold on.
Keep it on your head.
There we go. There we go.
I gotta see this on the picture.
There we go. So, a man overheard an employee give the bathroom code to someone, and it's since been in there for a long time. What were they doing in there? This was 8th and 8th. Could be anything.
Could you do the hat a little bit more forward?
Yeah, if it won't fall off my head.
Let me see.
And also I gotta tilt it like toward the middle.
It looks so much more brown.
I look like a scout.
That looks great. It looks
Ah,
brown.
no. All right, hold on. Maybe I'll try it the other way.
Hold the hat to your head, like in the veterans, like when you're doing the Pledge of Allegiance. See there, it looks red.
Yeah, now this thing's kind of gotten, there we go.
Oh, you look great. That's more snazzy, yeah.
Oh, yeah. You have been watching and listening to Greeley Times. No, that was the last one. We're Greeley Times on
you
Dave's.
Do elsewhere. You have a couple elsewhere, no?
The elsewhere's the Indian one.
Oh, yeah, well, that's just a plane.
Well, it's quite a plane that nobody would want to be on, except maybe Pooey. Okay. Pooey was all over that plane, if you know what I'm saying. I think you don't. Greeley Times on Dave's Gone By.
Mr. Horace Greeley was no fool.
Oh, no, he was not.
I'm sure that you agree with me that Greeley was no fool.
What he is getting at is that Mr. Greeley was no fool.
Yippee-yi!
Yippee-yi, yippee-yi, yippee-yi-yi.
Oh, I accidentally hit the wrong button there. Yay! Here on the Dave's Gone By show, where we still have quite a bit to do. We've got, excuse me, our Colorado Limerick of the Damned coming up. We're going to Bristol, Colorado. Arthur Negus has held Bristols. That's not news, just a bit of gossip. We have Rabbi Saul with a rabbinical reflection. We'll have StoryTime and Bunion Watch. Should I do also Big Dictionary?
Let me look at Merriam-Webster.
Yeah, see what their word of the day is.
Maybe it's something, okay.
I'm rolling now.
What's Merriam-Webster's word of the day for today? Oh my goodness.
Uh-oh.
Today's the 15th?
It is.
It's a good word for you, I think.
Ooh, interesting.
It's a good one, yeah.
Let me just, I don't know where I put my pen. I usually can't get a pen here. I probably took it out.
Oh, you want a pen?
Yeah, I grabbed one, but I don't know where I put it on here. There's just too much stuff.
You want to use the marker?
Oh, that's fine. Thank you very, very much. So, the Dave's Big Dictionary word of the day will be stratagem. kind of a high-level $3 word right
yeah,
there.
we've got a big word coming up there.
So at some point, a little later in the show, I'm going to have to talk about something that comes into my head based on the word stratagem. It can be something direct or completely to the side. It's whatever, pops into my tiny little mind. A stratagem is a trick or plan for deceiving an enemy or for achieving a goal.
Where did I put your phone?
I'm looking at it, I'm reading it, I'm reading right now. So, stratagem. And, all right, I'll think of something. Not yet.
Like,
Yeah.
what's the difference between stratagem and strategy? Is strategy plural of stratagem?
That's a great question. Let me hear. I'm
No,
gonna
like symposium
and so
and symposia. Here, I'll give you the definition.
I don't know if it's a synonym of strategy.
The definition, the dictionary.
It may be part of an overall strategy. There you go.
STRMNOP. Strat.
How are strategy and stratagem different?
Strangulation, straplet, strat.
Oh.
How?
A strategy, I didn't know this, is a focused set of choices and then have to be executed relentlessly.
So
Whereas,
it's related to the Latin where it says here generalship. It's the strategy, or geez, it says stratos, it means camp or army, and AGEIN to lead, so to lead an army.
that makes sense, kind of. Well, strategy, yes.
Yes.
They're saying that the difference is that stratagem
Yeah.
is kind of a trick. It's a tactic that surprises the opponent to create success. So a strategy is like this set of things. Like, we're going to do this is like a flow chart.
Normal, yeah.
Whereas a stratagem is, aha, we're going to try this, and
You
it's just
think
going to
we're
work.
going to kick the ball forward, we're going to kick it to the left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Executing a strategy may include deploying one or more stratagems, or may not. All right, that makes it a little more clear. Whether it makes it easier for me to talk about later, I'm not
Could
sure.
you do a stratagem about the frog? Maybe
Well, what
would
we
you
want
like
the frog
your-
to do. Yeah.
I would say that you have a strategy to get more frogs put on the New Jersey Turnpike.
Yes.
But your stratagem would be to take like pictures and post pictures of the frogs, like most wanted, all around the.
That would be right. That would be one aspect of this thing of
Yes.
getting more. When my wife is talking about frogs on the Jersey Turnpike, as we've discussed on the show, what she means is if you
Give me
go
my phone, I'll show you.
your phone, yeah. If you go to rest stops all along
Not
the
all
Jersey,
of them,
most of them,
You
but
have a list of them,
Yeah.
which you should post. I think you're just a
Yes.
public service.
a lot of the rest stops on the Jersey Turnpike, like I'm not sure about the Whitman, but certainly the Joyce Kilmer,
You have a ton.
I think the Thomas Edison, they have right in front of the main building of the rest stop on the Jersey Turnpike are garbage cans in the shapes of frogs. They're adorable. They look kind of like this, except the mouth is wide open. It's much bigger, and they're meant for
They also-
children to throw away their stuff. Here's one. Here's one. This one got a little too friendly with me. But this is what they are, and you see two of them usually. And
Well,
some of them
more
only have
more
one.
and more we see one.
Yeah, but they're literally outside the rest stop, and I love them. I mean, how could you not? How could you?
Everybody that we are associated with knows you love them too.
Yeah, every driver that we've
And
had
they'll say, let's find the rest stop with double frogs.
with the frog, so I can take a picture with the frog. So,
For your birthday, I'm going to get one of their daughters to draw you a picture next year of the frog.
yes! Yes, or if I happen to have a job at that point and can afford it, I'm buying one.
Oh, well, here's an example of you and two of them. You want to show, like,
Oh, yeah,
this
the
is
in
a double
between.
win, this is a double win.
I'm not sure which rest stop this
I
is,
never noted it yet.
but take a look. Look, behold, how adorable. And what a great idea, a great way for children to go throw away their stuff, because it's also their height, which is really helpful. I love them. I love them. So you might have a strategy, because not every Jersey rest stop has them. So we want to get every Jersey rest stop to have at least two. So we have to think of some things to do and follow this, and then call this congressperson, and then raise up a fund, do up a GoFundMe page to buy them, and so forth. But one particular trick or stratagem might be, as you said, to have a letter writing campaign or
Yes.
hand out flyers so that we have more opportunities to take pictures like this. Come on, you gotta love them. You gotta love the frog.
We only found one person taking photos on the web like that.
Yeah. Well, I haven't really. Well, I posted mine with the show. I haven't particularly posted them as part of a celebration of the New Jersey Turnpike, where all those people have come to look for America.
Oh wait, there's two. There's a spring queen found, and then there's a kid with it, and then there's a kid in a park.
It's just a froggy for the spring queen.
But this isn't there. This is like someplace else. Yeah. Oh, David, look.
What?
Apparently.
Yes.
Don't click on these, but it's part of a game. You see the game?
What?
It's part of this bin is designed in the shape of a frog.
Yes.
So somebody in a video game designed a bin in the shape of a frog.
Yes! Yes. You see how things lead to other things? How Baylen can be tapping the rotisserie chicken and that becomes a meme?
Like playgrounds, which makes more sense.
Oh, totally.
You
Totally.
would think the kids would want to play in them.
Ah.
Oh, Joyce Kilmer updated on Yelp. They have it on Joyce Kilmer. Let's see.
Does she have her frogs out?
This is one, yeah. Oh, Walt Whitman, look.
Oh, yeah.
Look at the.
Wally has them, yeah. I sing a song of Walt Whitman's frogs.
Look at this gentleman. He does not look nearly as happy as you.
But he took the picture.
Yes.
He took the picture. So, come on, he's got to have a sense of humor.
It's happening.
Or maybe his wife or his boyfriend does. I don't know.
It's happening, honey.
See? I've started something with my beloved frogness.
Yes.
Anywho.
If you need the pictures.
It is not only a foggy morning, ladies and gentlemen, it's a froggy morning here in the Daverhood. It's almost 10:30 a.m., and we're doing Dave's Gone By, our 980th episode of the show. We're calling it the IDES Habit, because it is the IDES of March 15th, 2025. So, we know what our word is going to be for Dave's Big Dictionary. It's going to be stratagem. I'll have to talk, I don't know how, about that somehow. We'll also have Rabbi Saul Solomon doing his rabbinical reflection. And let's do story time. I think we've come to that point of the show where, and since it's springtime in a couple of days and Ireland and all that, I thought, hey, why not read
Story.
Farmer White's Best Friend?
It looks like it's 3 pages.
I know, it's kind of small.
Is it actually a story?
Oh yeah. I haven't read it. I'm going to read it now.
Okay.
This is a book.
It's a pamphlet more than a story.
I know. And you know what? It's a fantasy. So Farmer White is having a fantasy.
Only the finest books you get from the free book exchange.
I know, right? So here he is. Here's Farmer. I'm presuming this is Farmer White in his little checker shirt and his bow and fiddle with all his friends.
Oh.
Not another human among them.
What's the little thing with the tail that's pink in the middle?
The tail that's pink in the middle. That's a cat. That's a cat.
Oh, I couldn't see it.
A cat with kerchief. I don't know what the hell this is. This is freaking me out. Looks like a. Oh, it's a fox.
Oh, okay.
I wonder what the fox says. So this is a book by Micah Lynn Sokoloff, illustrated by Sophie Hampton. It's, I don't know the publisher. It's McGraw-Hill Publishing. So this is a legit publisher. Let's see how bestial this book gets. And by the way, this used to be in Pinewood Elementary School. McGraw-Hill Education, copyright, what year was this? They only even put a year on this because it's timeless.
Yes.
Printed in China. But if you have an inquiry, I know you had some inquiries about this book, please send them to McGraw-Hill Education in Penn Plaza, New York, New York.
I'm going to do that right now.
Farmer White's Best Friend. Okay. Notice, here's Farmer White. He's like, everybody's kind of running away from him except the dog who's asleep.
He has BO.
I think he gave the dog a roofie.
I think he has BO.
It could be. Well, he's a farmer, he probably does.
Probably is cleaning stuff, cleaning poo-poo.
Every day, Farmer White milked cow and got hen's eggs. See, they're capitalizing them as names. So he calls his cow cow.
Okay, well,
He calls his
he's
hen
not
hen.
inventive,
Yeah. He took out the trash and put goat in the field to graze.
Aw.
But one day, he tripped and broke his leg. It's amazing how quick things happen in children's books. Like if this was Edith Wharton, it would be like chapter 3 before something actually happens.
Tolstoy or Dostoevsky, it'd be like 100 pages.
Yeah,
long, you know?
it's like, oh, the leg-breaking incident. This is the most famous part of the book, you know? But no, it's the second sentence of this thing. He broke his
Well,
leg.
if it's 4 pages, you gotta work fast.
Not to mention, it's a little confusing because he took out the trash and put goat in the field to graze. And then, but one day he tripped. The nearest subject would be goat. So we're wondering if the goat tripped.
Well, maybe. Is it the goat or the farmer?
The farmer. It's the farmer broke his leg.
Does he have a cast? Let me see.
Yeah, look at it.
Oh, he's in.
Look at him. Look at that. Nobody signed it.
No.
It's still kind of white,
I
but
don't think nobody likes him.
now I'm thinking, well, you know, we will help,
Oh,
said Fox.
see? So they like him.
What does the fox say? We will help. The fox said, we will help with a smile. I'll get the eggs.
Oh, no, that's not good. He's
So in
gonna
order
eat
to get
them.
eggs,
He's gonna like eat the chicken.
yeah, the fox literally has to go in the hen house.
That's the saying.
To
Don't
get-
let the fox in
oh,
the
boy.
hen house.
I'll milk the cow, I'll milk cow,
Yeah.
said cat.
Oh, because cats love milk.
Yeah, except for the fact that if you ever have been clawed by a cat, can you imagine what that feels like on an udder?
That cow's gonna be mad. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, hold on. Where we go? Wait.
And we'll take care of the trash, said the mice.
Well, that makes
Makes
sense.
sense,
They like
yeah.
mice, trash. Yeah.
And I'll just go graze somewhere, said goat.
Goat's smart. Stay out of that.
Yeah.
I would stay out of that.
Oh, yeah.
That whole thing is bad. There's nothing good in those
In
relationships.
any of these.
None of them.
So, fine, said Farmer White. I do need some time to rest. See, he's got his little leg up. He's resting, playing his fiddle.
Where did he get? Okay.
broke
Most
his leg.
farms do not have access to immediate medical attention.
I know.
Most farms you have to drive hours or get airlifted. How did he fall and get a cast in 1 minute?
Well, maybe the goat is resting because there's a ghost who
Maybe
taped
he's
him
like,
up.
what do you call it? He's Clara Martin.
Goat has an X-ray in the barn.
Wow.
Yeah. He also has an EEG, but he's never used it at this point.
Wow, maybe he is like the pat. That's great.
So Farmer Brown, who should really be sleeping, sat down and began to play a tune on
Oh, I
his
just
fiddle.
got an update. Flashlights reveal wreckage in Mississippi town. What?
What?
I don't know. Okay, go ahead, honey.
So the farmer sat down and began to play a tune on his fiddle.
Oh, wait. Where's the...
Oh, the scratchy violin thing. Yeah. I'm surprised he's not using the bow to scratch his itchy leg. Yeah. The next day, Dog saw that Fox had taken the eggs. Cat had taken the eggs. Cat had lapped up the milk. Goat ate the garden.
Oh, my God.
And the mice had gotten into the trash. I'm in charge now, said Dog.
Wow.
Look at it.
Good Lord.
That's like
This is like a bad leadership video.
this is like Snoopy on amphetamines right there. Look at him. It's like,
Man, don't mess with them.
wow, you motherfuckers! Look what you've done in this garden. Oh, he's mad. Look how mad he is.
Let me see. The farmer looks like he's on opioids. He's happy. He's holding his head and he's smiling. He
Well,
don't care.
look at his rosy cheeks. Also, it's
Farmer
probably a
doesn't
fever.
care. Farmer's feeling good. Farmer
Farmer's
doesn't
on
care.
Xanax. Yeah. So the dog is giving orders and taking names. But you like to sleep and play all day, Dog, said Cat. I'm man's best friend, said Dog.
Oh, he's going to help him. That's nice.
And he needs my help.
And he's like, he needs Narcan. I
Yeah.
need to go get some Narcan for my...
Oh, by the way, see this farmer?
Yeah.
He's bald. He has to be. He's bald. He's bald.
No,
Tap
he's-
that rotisserie chicken.
Because they're on the side. Why does she not like bald people?
And it's not that she doesn't like them. She just has to
It's
point
just
that out.
like a feature. Okay.
It's a tick. All right. So Dog got to work. He made sure Cat did not drink cow's milk.
Wow.
He made sure Fox didn't steal the hen's eggs. And he made Goat eat the trash instead of the garden.
Good God.
I don't know what he did with the mice there, but let's see.
Slave driver, let it burn, catch a fire.
After a while, Farmer White's leg got better.
I don't think he broke it. I think he just faked it.
He just needed,
went to the
some time.
comedy store, got a fake cast, put it on, and said, I'm not working. Yeah.
Yeah. but he still liked to play the
He
fiddle.
went on Farmers Only and he found a girl,
Well, that-
Mrs. Farmer.
Yeah, obviously, it's interesting. I guess Farmer White's best friend is the dog, because the
Yes.
dog took charge
Yes.
and made sure. So everyone had a fine old time. Here he is.
Was he better?
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
look at
playing the
him with
fiddle.
that fiddle again. He loves that fiddle. Hold on, here we go.
But you break a leg, you're not out of a cast in a couple of days. You're like, this is months.
It was fake. I'm telling you, it was fake.
Well, they seem to. He doesn't really have to do much work if his animals are going to do it all for him. He's got the life of Riley
And
now.
now with no USAID, he's probably in the bed on the opioids all the time.
So, here we go. Here's some literacy activities
What are we doing?
for this fine book.
Okay.
He needed help. Talk to your partner about why Farmer White needed help. Who helped him the most?
Opioids.
His doctor who treated Brian Wilson is the
I
guy.
think Monsanto.
Oh, that too. It's like, we picked the tomato, we couldn't lift him.
His addiction, what do you call it? He's a recovery physician, yeah.
Now, draw a picture of one thing that dog did to help Farmer White.
Here we go. I'll give it to you right now.
Fertilizer. There we go.
Okay,
There
what's
we
my
go.
next task? I did that.
Hey, peace in our time. There we go. Write about your picture. So this is benchmark 14, Lexile 460. What is a Lexile?
Lexile is a book like an SRA. It means like a level.
What does SRA stand for?
Standard reading assessment. Standardized reading assessment. You get them as kids in school to see if you can jump a level. I hated them, I told you. So I never would read them, I never would do them correctly. And they're like, you're smart, why are you scoring so low? I said, I don't want to read about the solar system or boring, I said, I find the stories boring. And then sister said, okay, what do you want to read? I said, I don't know. And she gave me Call of the Wild. I'm like,
Well,
okay.
yeah, all right.
So they would do like a 4-page book like that. I would be sitting there reading Pearl S. Buck,
All right. Well,
I
that was a
loved
great
it.
book.
Yeah, they gave
Good
me-
Earth is great.
I think she knew I liked animals, so I remember the Saint Bernard, and she kept giving me books
All right.
like
But
that.
why didn't she give you this book? Farmer White's
Because
best
she
friend.
knew that I could read at a higher level, I guess.
Higher level. This is profound.
I enjoyed the book a lot.
This is about not trusting, except when you know you have a real best friend like
This
a dog.
This is like, okay, first of all, it's faking an injury, scamming.
Maybe, yeah. Could
And
be.
then it's abusing workers, and no.
So basically, it's the American way.
Essentially. Yeah.
It's committing Medicaid fraud and exploiting workers. This is
Are we
yeah.
going to keep it or return it? I
Oh,
want
we're
to see
giving
your
this
bunion
back.
watch. Just don't fall, David, okay? Be careful. I want to see your bunion. That's what you got.
Okay, ladies and
Do
gentlemen,
you have the music?
I do. I think I have. Hold on.
You want to put
I
on
hope
your
I got
here,
this.
put on your bow tie, honey. Just attach it.
No, I don't. I don't have the. Let's see if I can find. I want to see. I can play that. I can try it. Hold on. I'll stop this. Hold on. This stupid goddamn. Oh, shut up with this. Hold on. I got this. They won't let me skip this stupid advertisement. But now I can play this.
She's Bunion, Bunion, she really is a fun one, she's Bunion. Onions make you cry, Bunion make you sigh, and fall in love. 'Cause she's fuzzy and cute, and she smells like soup.
Yeah, okay, I won't run into copyright trouble there with a song from Parry Grip. Yeah, you go with your bad self. That's, wow. That's Buggy Ultra Rich right there. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is kind of our, I gotta go find the old intro, but that is the intro for a segment that we like to call Bunion Watch, because 2.5 years ago, I started teaching. And my first week of the semester, I was in terrible pain because I had these sneakers I hadn't worn in, and it rubbed above my foot near, not on the bunion, but near my bunion. And, oh God, now I got honey all over my hands. And it rubbed near my bunion, which was really
Do you want me to get you a washcloth?
nah, it's okay. Look,
Okay,
come
here,
on.
okay.
Thank you, man. Well, look, you're gonna miss bunion watch then.
No, but-
This is very important. I'm gonna show my bunion.
You want to wash your hands before?
I do.
I'll get you a towel.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I decided, since I share everything on this program, not everything, but folks, you want to know about how my feet are doing since that terrible week when I could barely walk because it was so raw. And it got better, and I haven't had that since, knock wood, but I still, of course, do have rather large, sizable bunions. And today's bunion watch is very, very special because my wife found in a store that we were shopping in a pair of socks that have a potato theme. Perfect for St. Patrick's Day. Thank you very much.
One is wet, one is dry.
Oh, thank you. Oh.
You know, this is clean.
Oh!
What? What's wrong?
That was really wet.
Yeah, I see.
Oh, I went squish. Oh dear. All righty.
Put it on the
Tray. Thank you for that,
Can't
though.
speak.
Oh my goodness. All right.
We'll take
Anywho.
this tray down, you know.
Yeah. So, bunion watch. I have on my feet a brand new pair of socks, and they're very colorful. And, thank you, they're potato oriented.
But they're from fake potato because there's nothing in that product that's real.
Well, yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, these are my.
It's like compressed sawdust with, you know.
Look at this. Look at this.
I wanna
Behold.
See, give me your phone. I want to see on your phone how it looks.
Yeah.
I'll tell you how it looks.
Here we
Give me
go.
a second. I gotta, you know. I like those pants, David. They're pretty.
Aren't they nice? Ladies and gentlemen, they're Pringles socks. Behold, hot, and look, they don't skimp. They actually put like more design on the bottom of the foot that nobody
Whoa,
sees.
look at that.
Huh? Pretty cool, huh?
Whoa.
Now let's take a look at my bunion
Woo.
in these socks. You can see it right here. Look at the
Actually,
size.
you really can't on the screen.
Oh, see, it's very
Look,
prominent
look,
here.
look.
Oh, yeah, it's kind of. But
Those,
look,
maybe those are anti-bunion socks.
Oh, I wonder. Whoa. I wonder if they're protesting bunions at Columbia University. Oh my God. Look. So here's my, here it is. Now, I also have a bunion on my left foot, but it's not as prominent as my right foot. So let's take a look at this one. See, even here you can't even see it. Literally, I can barely see it with my naked eye, let alone here
Yeah,
in
no,
the.
it looks good there.
Yeah, I'm going to pull this even closer. If I pull my toe up,
You can't see it. It looks great. Wow. Did you have?
I've got to
bunion-
wear these socks.
Did you do that bunion procedure? Your feet look great in those socks. You
Thank
look
you.
adorable.
Yeah, but see, maybe if I
Are they
pull them straight up, you can see.
comfortable?
Oh,
Let
no,
me see.
no, see here, now you really see
Let me
that bunion.
Hold on, wait.
Take a look now.
It takes a minute or two to come through.
Now it looks like I'm sticking out my thumb.
Oh yeah, now I see it.
Yeah,
It looks
now.
like he has a dimple, like he has like a
Oh,
cheek.
yeah. That's like a boil on the side of my foot. There you go. So usually I show it this way,
I'm
but,
gonna ask my phone and say, what are Pringles made of? Okay.
oh God.
No, it's not. What are Pringles potato chips made of? Oh.
Oh no.
It says potato chips in quotes. It's made of dried potatoes,
All right.
vegetable oil, degerminated yellow corn flour,
All right.
cornstarch, rice flour,
Yeah.
maltodextrin, mono and diglycerides, salt, and wheat starch, citric acid, naturally flavor, disodium isonate and guylinate, caseinate, food starch, yeast extract,
Jesus.
barley flour, wheat bran, dried black beans,
Oh.
sour cream, and cheddar cheese. Maybe it's that one.
Actually, most of those ingredients are fine. They just sort of hide the mono and diglycerides in there in the middle of the pack. They say, oh, we have beans. We have black beans in here. Let's go. And caseinate is an anti-caking thing, fine. But,
Pringles are fried. They're not baked. They're molded in something called a saddle. and then they're fried.
Oh, well, they are potato chips because they would be, yeah.
They're
I mean, they're
partly-
tasty, you know. I still prefer Lay's.
Yeah.
I think Lay's still makes the best overall chip.
In the UK, they were debating whether to call them potato chips or not because they have they're made in a pressed saddle.
Mm.
You know.
Can they just be called crisps? Which is what they call
I
potato
don't
chips
know.
over there anyway.
Yeah, it's a lot of.
I don't know. I do not know. Anyway, what I do know is that it's 11:15 Eastern Time here in the Daverhood. You're watching Dave's Gone By with me, Dave Lefkowitz, my darling and adorable wife, and all of you out there. Plus, we have.
Somebody asked if they're gluten free. That would be the least of my questions.
Actually, no, they wouldn't. Our most potato chips are probably gluten free. Because if it's just pure potato, it's not a wheat starch, says Piggy. And we also have, we have Irish pig. We have Irish duck
Oh yeah.
with us.
Kind of looks like a nanny sometimes when I see him.
And we've got,
You know.
who looks like a nanny?
Oh, that's cute.
We got Puyo Poo Pants with us too. And of course, Froggy as well. All joining us a couple of days before St. Patrick's Day on Dave's Gone By, live on this March 15th, 2025. So we still have more stuff to do. We've got our Colorado Limerick of the Damned. We've got Rabbi Saul with a rabbinical reflection, and we'll have our friends of the Daverhood. Also, I guess we better get to our, okay, wish me luck on this one, because I haven't really thought too much about it, which is kind of the point. This is a segment that we've been doing for many years now called Dave's Big Dictionary. Extra, tell all about it. It's Dave's Big Dictionary. So the first thing that I think about, the word of the day. So Merriam-Webster picks a word of the day, right? And it's kind of like to bring attention to this. So I post it every day on Instagram or Facebook or Twitter or wherever. And here's the Merriam-Webster word of the day. And they picked a rather, shall we say, difficult, well,
Why difficult?
yeah, no, not really. Well, it's more complex than some other words. So Merriam-Webster has picked the word stratagem, not strategy, stratagem. Any clever scheme, an artifice or trick in war for deceiving, or at least outwitting, the enemy. A cleverly contrived trick or scheme for gaining an end, skill in ruses or trickery, which again is different from strategy, which isn't involving sort of a trick. That's more like a plan of action that you follow. Stratagem, requires a little bit of chicanery and like one basic idea, like, aha. As a stratagem to get the kids to do their chores, Melissa persuaded them to have a race to see which child could finish first. Okay.
I like that.
Yeah, so that's kind of cool. Did you know
What, honey?
that it can be part of an overall strategy? It entered
You told
English.
me that. It could be part of a game plan, but it's more sneaky.
Exactly.
It's unexpected.
So the word entered English in the 15th century and was originally used referring to some artifice, like a military plan or maneuver,
Yeah.
designed to deceive or outwit the enemy. Now, this military sense can be traced back to the word's Greek ancestor, stratagema, which is itself based on strategein, or gain, meaning to act as a general. You said that before. Strategein, in turn, comes from strategos, meaning general, which comes from stratos, and a gain to lead. You said this all before. Anywho. Any other interesting things about stratagem? No. Oh, yesterday was bamboozle. Oh, we missed bamboozle.
We can't control it. Like, we can't control which Tushy Baba comes on the calendar. We can't control it.
Now, I will say that the first thing that comes into my mind when I hear the word stratagem
Yeah.
is of a play that I probably read
The play.
as a teenager. Yep.
Arms and the Man, maybe?
No, there's actually a play called The Beau Stratagem, which is like it's a play, and I love the guy's name, by George Farquhar,
Oh,
which was an English play in 1707. So I think of it as like a post. It's not. It must be
isn't
post
there a Disney
Restoration.
character called Lord Farquhar?
Lord Farquhar is from. Isn't that from The Princess Bride? Hold on.
I don't know, but you know what I'm saying.
Oh, Farquaad is from
Like the sleeping.
Shrek.
Oh, Shrek, yeah.
But this is Farquhar, George Farquhar, and that was the thing. I always felt bad, and I still have never liked and never cared about like
What?
restoration plays. They just never did it for me. The
Why?
comedy.
Why not? What's the?
Do you like them?
No, I'm asking you why not. I don't know. I'm trying to give you an example of one, and I'll tell you.
So it's like what restoration plays are written between 1660 and 1710, generally. So Farquhar's Beau Stratagem kind of fits into that realm. So there, everybody of course reads Shakespeare and Marlowe, but there's writers like Offa Ben. We saw the Offa Ben play that they performed in Colorado at the school. Remember, it was 3.5 hours long.
Tell me again. Give me a.
It was, I don't even remember the plot, but it was some silly costume comedy thing called, it wasn't The Rover, I forget the name of it. Wycherley, Congreve. We had to read these when I was going to school for theater. I didn't find the comedies all that funny. It was, they give them a cute name that's kind of like what they are. Oh, ha, ha, ha. It just never did it for me. The Country Wife is, I'm reading some of these now. I'm reading about them right now. Was it John Van Brugh? The Way of the World, Congreve, is probably one of the best known. And then Farquhar wrote The Recruiting Officer, restoration comedy, like with Captain Plume and Sergeant Kite. Oh, ha, 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 ha. I mean, cute, but it's not going to make anybody laugh out loud. Except English teachers who go, oh, see, he's named Captain Plume. It's kind of like the Wiggles' Captain Feathersword. Except Captain Feathersword is obviously homosexual and pining after Jeff Wiggle. But they're comedies of manners. And I guess those don't, since manners change, they're not all that funny when manners back then are compared to now. I don't know. But that's the first thing I think about when I think of the Beau Stratagem. Let me read the synopsis on that, because I honestly don't remember it one bit. It's, so you've got Archer, Aim Well, Count Belair, Lady Bountiful, Squire Sullen, names like Bagshot. That's actually a pretty good name. So it's about two fashionable beaux, boy and a girl, on the lookout for an heiress to marry. Oh, no, sorry, they're two young men looking for an heiress to marry so that they can repair their fortunes. So they scheme, I guess they have stratagems to help their scheme. Archer poses as Aimwell's servant when they arrive at the city. They have friendship and blah, blah, blah. It was cute workings out. I love farce.
Yeah,
Don't you love farce?
I love farce, the farcical plays, yeah.
But this is, I've got to give him another shot.
I think it's, it is, maybe they're too long, but I like that kind of stuff. I don't know.
I should like that kind of stuff. It's witty, it's clever, it's well worked out, they're satisfying.
Find the right one.
Yeah, and maybe the right performance of one that will make me go, oh, this was a lot of fun. It's kind of like my problem with George Bernard Shaw,
Yeah.
where
I
90,
love Shaw.
90 times out of 100 when I see a play of his, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, he's clever. Oh, this is
No,
cute.
but he just drags it out. He's a drag router.
Yeah.
And some people do quick action. He's very slow.
Well, because he wants,
methodical. Yeah.
Because the ideas behind the comedy are more important than the comedy.
Well, that's what his thing was, right?
Yeah, which is why I don't generally enjoy per se
It wouldn't be your first choice.
a full. Although I have enjoyed the occasional George Bernard Shaw play, but so I don't know. I have to give Beau Stratagem one more shot. So the thing is, stratagem as like something else I can talk about regarding that word. I guess I'm not.
So why don't you talk about your stratagem to get frogs?
Well, we talked about that before, but I guess I'm not good at that. I like strategy. I like coming up with a plan, but having one quick thing of like, hey, if we do this.
Wait. What is the Black Plate Special admission? That could be your strategy. call them up asking them their hours and then sneak in that you want
Well, we knew they're back to the shrimp, I think. We checked that last week. But if, let's say, I wanted to get Mission Barbecue to stop making shrimp their black plate special every couple of months and just keep it meat and keep it like the good prime rib and not that overcooked skirt steak they did a couple of weeks ago, then, but what would my stratagem be? What would be a trick? What would be a hook? I could go in there. I know what I could do. Is run into Mission Barbecue and hold my gut and say, "Oh my God, the shrimp gave me such diarrhea. Oh God, you can't ever serve that again. Ah!" And run into all the local Mission, not just one.
I want to see what I'm doing an order online just to see.
Yeah. But that would be a stratagem. It would not be quite honest, right? And it wouldn't be a whole action plan. It would be an idea involving trickery, forcing Mission Barbecue to rethink their idea that somehow people want to order 7 little pieces of shrimp as their black plate special, even though they're tasty. That would be a stratagem. There we go. I like that. And to reward myself, I would get myself a ring with a stratagem stone. If I become an expert, I would be a stratagemologist.
Mission Barbecue on Facebook.
Yeah. It's almost 11 o'clock in the morning Eastern time here.
Oh, it's the shrimp. Look.
It's still a damn shrimp. You just checked last week. It's shrimp. Shrimp. See, I was feeling so good about the rotisserie chicken tapping, feeling so good about an eighth and eighth, feeling so good that Pooey is with us, and now I'm brought right down by the news that Mission Barbecue is still on its jip of a black plate special of.
I just wanted to look at the certified dietary manager of their team.
No.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you wonder why they brought shrimp. That's the certified dietary manager. She has furry hands and a Batman outfit.
I think she's dressed as a fox. I'm not sure. I mean, she's kind of cute, kind of foxy,
Is
but
she wearing
I don't know. And if anything, she's wearing like a blooming onion on her head. She should be at Outback.
That's funny.
It's just wrong.
Are those ears?
I don't know what those are. I was thinking of going up, literally I'm so damn desperate of going for a job at Mission Barbecue. But then I realized I'd be working with people like that. Not to mention having to muck out grills and things.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I don't understand any of that.
It's not for us to understand the workings of Mission Barbecue, dear.
People love her. They love her. They say she's awesome.
Oh.
They like her a lot.
But what, is she literally at the one we go to, or is she part
No,
of
I think she's just over 2 years ago.
Yeah.
She's a certified dietary manager. I don't even know what that means. She's like a nutritionist there? I don't know.
Yeah, because everybody goes to Mission Barbecue for healthy, nutritive, right after the gym, this is where they send you. I'll have the extra fatty brisket, please, with the cobbler and the fries with extra salt. Yeah, definitely. Anywho, here on the Dave's Gone By show, we've got Rabbi Sal coming up with a rabbinical reflection. We'll also have our Colorado Limerick of the Damned. Wow, we've done a lot.
Yeah.
We have done a lot. We're going to end
I think with a lot of issues here.
Yeah, what else do I want to talk about? Well, I could mention, typical of me, a little bit of disappointment this week, where I was reading a book that it's funny, I don't remember the book at all,
Okay.
but I remember that I loved this book as a child, and I don't know why.
What book was it?
It's a book called The Trumpet of the Swan
I don't know that
by the legendary writer E.B. White. Now, if you know E.B. White, it's because if you went to school in the years I went, Elements of Style was like the little Bible that the English teachers made you buy, because it was like 70 pages long, and it gave you all these little tips and tricks for grammar and essay organization, and so it was fun to read. I always loved the book. And it's this little slim volume, it's wonderful. And it was actually written by this other guy, William Strunk, who who devised it first as a little pamphlet for his students at Cornell, Strunk actually lost his mind and died in a mental institution, but White,
That's how I plan to go. That's what I'm checking in for.
well, he's an English teacher, it makes sense. And then, but White took it on, revised it, made it more modern, published it, and it sold millions and millions of copies.
Wow.
But White is also best known for two of his other books, Stuart Little,
Oh, yeah.
speaking of mice, and Charlotte's Web,
Oh.
which is one of the most...
Charlotte's Web was so traumatic.
I know.
For me. I couldn't watch it.
Yeah, because, kids 6 years old, they're reading about a pig, he's got a friend in the barn, all these animals. Oh, the spider dies.
That was really upsetting.
Tell that to a 5-year-old. Oh, yeah, no, Charlotte drops dead. She has her life cycle in the book.
It was so depressing.
A child that has not lost like a parent or a grandparent or an aunt yet is suddenly realizing, so where did Charlotte go? So she's coming back next? No, she's dead. Yeah, but she's coming back in a week, right? It's like, what do how do you tell that to a kid? So E.B. White wrote that, but he basically tapped into the Disney thing, of Disney like taking innocent children and saying, oh, let's frolic in the forest with the pretty colors, and we're going to kill an important character that the lead character loves. We're just going to do that over and over, lose a parent. Happens, they did it in The Lion King 40 years later. This is what Disney does. It's like, oh, we're so sweet, we're so gentle, and we're going to have a traumatic death.
Even Bambi, all the Disney things were like horrific.
Yes.
I remember that.
So, but there's no horrific anything, which is probably one of the reasons I liked it also. In this later E.B. White book,
Honey,
yeah.
he's bald.
This later E.B. White book called The Trumpet of the Swan. And I do remember the one thing I remember about the book, even though I supposedly loved it when I was a kid, and I mean a kid reading it like 9, 10 years old, was that the title of the book confused me. Because, and they say this in the book, it's about a swan, right? This father swan, he meets a nice girl, they have babies, one of the babies, yeah, they have little swan duckling babies, whatever the hell you call them.
Swan babies.
And the kind of swans that they are trumpeter swans. They make, they make a big noise. Trumpeter swans. And yet the title of the book is The Trumpet of the Swan.
What are they called?
And I was so confused, because I'm an idiot, I was so confused when I was young. Wait, trumpeter swan, trumpet of the swan, trumpeter of swan, what is this? And what happens is, and probably the reason that I liked it, or my parents wanted me to read it, is that the male swan and his girl lady swan, they have these babies. One of the children has a speech impediment. So all these other swans are fine. They're graceful, they're beautiful. This other swan of theirs,
What happened to him?
he's fine
Did he
visually.
have a cleft beak?
Kind of. He's mute.
Oh. Is he really mute or he's just shy?
No, he's mute.
Oh, God.
He's quite literally mute. He can't make a noise.
That's a blessing for a swan.
But for the others, other swans are quote unquote normal and have normative lives. And the parents are kind of worried about their kid swan of being like, well, he's not going to get a girl, he's not going to get anything, he's going to be in trouble because he can't make any noise. So what does the father do? I don't want to give away the book to you if you never read it.
Don't, yeah.
And most people haven't. They've read Stuart Little and they've read Charlotte's Web. There was never a movie made, as far as I know, of The Trumpet of the Swan. But he goes, what would you do if you were a father?
I would take him to a speech therapist.
Yeah, you would figure, right? He goes to Anne Sullivan or somebody, and he'd say, and the duck's like,
Do swans do ASL?
That would be brilliant, except it would be tough. They don't have fingers.
Maybe
But
they just,
yeah.
like, you could point with
5
your beak.
flaps.
You could point with your beak, like, flying, food.
Yeah, you can make with your
water.
eyeballs or something like that.
I mean, come on.
But instead, this being a children's book, the father flies into town, smashes into a music store, and gets the kid a trumpet. I'm not kidding. Read the book.
That's disturbing.
He steals a trumpet for the kid, and the kid not only has a trumpet, but he also has a blackboard where he can learn. So somehow he learns English
Good, okay, good.
and learns to write. right? Somehow all the other Swans know English. You know,
Good.
and they know all the things about modern society and music and jazz that they talk. They live a Swan's life in like a copse in a glade, and yet somehow they also know everything that's going on in American life.
That's really good. They're very up with that.
Stupidest goddamn book, I'm telling you. What made me love this book? Maybe it's just because like the kid was fucked up and had a speech impediment, and so did I. So I felt like, you know, the Swan who couldn't talk properly, you know, was equivalent to me, and yet he outshone everybody else because he could write on his blackboard and he could toot on his trumpet. Sorry. It's a nice book. It doesn't have any kind of terrible tragedy. The Swan befriends a kid who's a camping kid, and it's all right. I mean, it's okay. But any kind of real sort of connection and love I had for that book is now beyond me, which is a shame. You know, which I was kind of hoping to reconnect in a way with stuff I read before, which sometimes happens. Like I hated Pride and Prejudice when it was forced on us in school, and our teacher made us read it.
I never cared for those women's books either like that. I was like,
But when I read it in later life, I was like, okay, this is a great book. It's still not my favorite book, but the writing in it is
what was the great
beautiful.
part?
And then I read, or I listened to the audiobook of a book we read in junior high school called Cheaper by the Dozen, which has to do with this guy who literally had, back in the 20s, 30s, 40s, a dozen children with his wife.
See something? We saw that as a play or something.
Well, they made a movie of it.
Yeah.
In fact, they made it, I think, with Clifton Webb back in the 40s, and then Steve Martin did a remake or something. But I never saw the movies, but the book was cute when we read it in junior high, and then heard it again, and it's really funny. It's a really lovely book. It's kind of random. There's no real arc to it. It's just a lot of stories of the family, but it's good. That book I liked more as a grown-up than I did as a kid. Same with Pride and Prejudice. So I thought, hey, maybe this E.B. White book will be like a big connection to me again. And I'm like, no, not quite. Anywho, it happens. So there's my, apropos of nothing, since we did story time before, just wanted to let you know of what I've been doing in my spare time here or when I'm not in the Daverhood. But when I'm in the Daverhood, I do various segments, like Friends of the Daverhood, like our Colorado Limerick of the Damned. And our next item of business is to bring our old friend into the Daverhood. You might want to leave for this because we've got the one, the only, the Jewish Rabbi Saul Solomon. Now, Rabbi Saul, it's been an interesting year and a half for him, for obvious reasons of everything that's going on in the world. Rabbi Saul, he does rabbinical reflections. He does most of our interviews now, too. But he, since really our first episode, has done these mini sermons or sermonettes or chats with you guys about Jewish life, about life in general, sometimes political. Purim, we're one day after Purim. If Purim had been today, probably would have just told jokes. But it's also been, shall we say, a rather busy time in the news for Jews. So Rabbi Saul has some thoughts about this guy that you've all heard of, named Mahmoud Khalil. Mahmoud, if you haven't heard, is this fella who went to Columbia University, graduated from there, and yet still is roaming around the campus for some reason, and has been involved for a while in anti-Israel, pro-Palestinian protests. He himself comes from Palestinian stock. Apparently was moved away from Israel years and years ago. His family was moved to, well, Rabbi Saul will tell it. Anyway, so Mahmoud Khalil has been vociferous and very much on the front lines of helping all these activist, pro-Gaza, anti-Israel, anti-Zionist organizations, particularly on the campus of Columbia University, which just had $400 million of its funding threatened by President Trump over the fact that Jews didn't really feel particularly safe on campus, and they didn't do enough to clear out these protesters who were there. It's one thing to have a protest when you're there legally and you've got permission from the campus to hold up your signs and march. It's another to camp out there and not pay rent and make that your home. It's quite, or when you smash into a building and cause damage and then take over the building. That's different. Anywho, how closely was Mahmoud Khalil connected to all this? That's a real question, because he was not arrested about a week ago, but he was taken, if you will, because he is technically a green card citizen, right? He's legally here. He did all the stuff on a student visa, then got himself a legitimate green card. He's got a wife. So fine. So they take him, and they couldn't really find anything to charge him with in terms of a crime. But at the same time, all these things that he's doing are connected to some criminality. And why is this guy who's so, on some level, crossing the line from anti-Israel to being somewhat anti-Semitic? Why is he still here? What is he doing on American soil, protesting on this campus? Well, Rabbi Saul has his thoughts about Mahmoud Khalil. So I'm going to share my screen in right here. Let's see if I can do that. Yes, share. I want to share my screen. Why can't I do this? Hold on one more. It worked last time. Yes. Hold on. Uh-oh. Really? Seriously? Am I not going to be able to show this? Hold on. Oh, here we go. There we go. All right. Allow. There's my days gone by. There's what I was looking about the bow stratagem. Here's my music. And here is the one, the only, the Jewish Rabbi Saul Solomon with his 100, and it's actually not 91st, his 192nd rabbinical reflection. This one about Mahmoud Khalil. And I'll see you in about 5.5 minutes. Shalom, damn it. This is Rabbi Saul Solomon with a rabbinical reflection for mid-March 2025. Let me tell you about a man who's having all sorts of trouble, because he made all sorts of trouble. It's a fella named Mahmoud Khalil, a foreign-born graduate of Columbia University, now facing deportation even though he has a green card. Why would he be taken from his home without arrest and threatened with expulsion from this great country? Why would our power-mad president focus on this individual and make an example of him, even though he has seemingly committed no crime? I'll tell you why. Because this Khalil snake that the left wing, including Jews, have embraced to the point of calling him chummily by his first name, Mahmoud, like he's their innocent little brother. This Khalil got himself involved in protests at Columbia that did break laws, that did threaten people, that knowingly disrupted access to college life on campus. Understand something about this Khalil character. One reason he's here is because when he was a kid, his family had to escape their homeland of Syria. Yes, Israel is such a violent and terrible oppressor of the Arab world. Meanwhile, 580 million harmonious, Quran-loving Syrians slaughtered each other in their own civil war. Where were all the campus protests about that little party, I wonder? Anywho, Khalil comes to the U.S. on a student visa and starts working on his master's degree. Yet, somehow, he has time to get involved in all these anti-Israel demonstrations. In fact, he was suspended from Columbia when police swooped down on one of the protests that occupied and vandalized buildings. Khalil said he was just there to negotiate between the students and the admins. But why was he tangled up with these yahoos in the first place? Which goes to why this is more than just a case of a harmless imbecile engaging in free speech, or even hateful speech. Khalil can rant all he wants about Zionist oppression and Israeli apartheid, but if you are leading a group that creates unsafe conditions and then refuses to pack up its tents and go when the police say, pack up your tents and go, your green card hits a red light. Khalil says he spent the last 2 years deliberately threading the needle, not getting too close to the law breaking, not spending his nights on the lawns or blocking pathways to school buildings. How prudent of him. And yet, despite keeping 1 foot on the sidelines, he still provided aid and comfort to our law-breaking enemies. So, you Jews who are defending this piece of rancid hummus in the name of free speech, wake up! The Khalil case is about unlawful assembly, intimidation, and destruction of property. It's just icing on the cake that he supports virulent anti-Israel rhetoric from radicals who champion a race of people who frequently cut off heads in the name of religion, the religion of peace, no less. So, grant Mahmoud Kaluzer his due process. Give him a fair trial and allow him to plead his case. Your Honor, I'm a social justice warrior whose weapon is merely words. If I say Israel should be pushed into the sea and all the Jews drowned with it, well, who am I really harming? So please, let me stay in America so I can raise my son. Yes, Khalil's wife is 8 months pregnant and ready to spawn. So I can raise my son to despise the Yids as much as I do. God bless America. Hartley Hall Akbar. Should Mahmoud Khalil legally prove himself, fair enough, he stays. And he can wish Israel all the injury he pleases. But free speech works both ways. I can wish him 1,000 kinds of cancer and pray for his baby son to be torn to pieces and devoured by raccoons, who then defecate the baby's remains into a falafel that Mahmoud and his wife are forced to eat at gunpoint, before they're shot anyway. What? Offensive? Hate speech? But it's just words. Sure hope they don't deport me from Great Neck back to Brooklyn. This has been a rabbinical reflection from Rabbi Sal Solomon, Temple Sons of Bitches in Great Neck, New York. Oh, there we go. The opinions expressed by Rabbi Sal Solomon do not necessarily represent those of this program, although they align pretty closely with those of your host. Your host being me, Dave Lefkowitz, the program being Dave's Gone By, the episode being 980, and let's see what else. And this being the Ides of March, March 15th, 2025 on your Gregorian chanting calendar. So, I haven't told you that if you want to read Rabbi Sal's Rabbinical Reflections, which I translate from the Yiddish Amaic that he writes them in, you can read all of them at my website, which is davelefkowitz.org. davelefkowitz.org. That's different from davesgoneby.com, which is where all the archives of the radio or the podcast show are. davelefkowitz.org is for my writing, for my comedy writing, for my one-act plays, my full-length plays, for my song lyrics, for the Colorado Limericks of the Damned. We're going to have a new one coming up in a little bit. Or just if I've written it, if it's an interview with a celebrity that I've done for a bunch of different places, if it's some journalism that I used to write for Playbill, all of that you can find bit by bit. We'll keep trying to add more at davelefkowitz.org. My theater reviews, I've got a couple of hundred on there, davelefkowitz.org. Give them a look. And of course, if you have a theater company and you're looking for maybe short, fun plays to produce, give them a look. You might like my work, or you might not, but give them a look anyway. So it is about 20 after 11 Eastern time here in the Daverhood. We're doing our Dave's Gone By here, and we still have just a little more to do. We've got our Colorado Limerick of the Damned coming up. But first, one of the things we like to do on the program is our Friends of the Daverhood. On a lot of episodes, not this one in particular, but we do have guests, sometimes celebrities, on the show. And we're proud of it. We're proud of whether they're really well known or just people that we are interested in and want to have on the show. And then we keep you posted on what they've been up to since they've been on the program. It's kind of nice. They're family of the show. So, without further ado or ado, let us get to the Friends of the Daverhood. Very nice. Can't really make this slower without turning it off, so we're just going to have to... Okay, thank you very much. So, our Friends of the Daverhood for this week include giving a congratulations to singer-songwriter Tom Chapin. So, he took to social media this week to say that he's releasing a new CD of old material. You're going to be really interested in this if you grew up around the time that I did. It's called the Make-A-Wish Song Bag CD. Because Chapin, if you remember, on Saturday mornings would host this kind of music folk show, and he'd write a song and then play like one or two songs per episode. And some of his favorite songs from that era was like 1971 to 1976. He's gathered, he's collected, I guess he's remastered, and he's put on the Make-A-Wish Song Bag CD. But I got one item wrong about this. He was the singer-songwriter, he was the singer and the guitarist, but the songs were actually written by Harry Chapin. So these are children's songs written by Tom Chapin's brother, the late Harry Chapin, and he's kind of collected them all into the Make-A-Wish Song Bag CD. So go look for it by Tom Chapin. I want to let you know that tomorrow, March 16th, Marissa Mulder will be at Don't Tell Mama at 4 p.m. And then at 7 p.m., stick around, get some food, go right back to Don't Tell Mama because Becca Kidwell has a 7 o'clock show there. And I believe it's on West 46th. It's either 46th or 47th, but I think it's West 46th in Manhattan, right around 9th Avenue. Also on Sunday, if you're not in New York, maybe you're in Chicago. And 2 miles from Chicago is a little suburb called Rosemont, Illinois, and that is where Tim Cavanaugh, the musical comedian, will be performing at Zany's in Rosemont, Illinois. That is tomorrow, Sunday evening. On Wednesday, March 19th, Mindy Fradkin will be hosting an evening of Gen Women Storytelling, and that's in New York at Joe's Pub over on Lafayette Street. On Thursday, oh God, I wish I could be there to see this, Ben Modell will be playing piano accompaniment to silent films by Chaplin and Keaton. I think they're showing Chaplin's The Rink. I'm not sure of the other films that they're showing. And this is going to be at the Center at West Park in Manhattan this coming Thursday. On Friday and then through Monday, Charles Bush is doing My Leading Ladies, his cabaret show at 54 Below. Also, Friday through Monday, Tanya Pinkins is going to be appearing in the rotating cast of Joy Behar's play My First Ex-Husband, being done at the MMAC on West 60th Street. So do check that out as well. Playing now on Broadway, Danny Burston is in Gypsy at the Majestic Theater on Broadway. Also on Broadway, Alan Menken's music is in Aladdin at the New Amsterdam Theater, and Alan Menken's music may also be heard off-Broadway in the long-running revival of Little Shop of Horrors at the West Side Theater. K.T. Sullivan plays at the Algonquin Theater on Tuesday evenings. Vince Giordano and the Nighthawks are at Birdland, 2 shows on Monday evenings. And then, of course, Jim Caruso's cast party every Monday night at Birdland. Get your tickets at birdlandjazz.com. Michael Garin plays piano at the Roxy Hotel Tuesday through Saturday evenings, and you can even tune in and watch it on his Facebook feed live. So go check out Michael Garin, Garin. Seth Beeson-Hirsch does his talent showcase every Tuesday night at Don't Tell Mama. And gotta remind you that if you want to know more about New York nightlife, go to StageBuddy.com, created by my friend Evan Seplow. StageBuddy.com. And then talk about theater. A few weeks ago, the theater website that I've run for a very, very long time called TotalTheater.com ran into some hacking and some problems and all sorts of crap that I could throw money at to sort of fix. And then still couldn't really fix the site that I had. So I just went up and started doing a new WordPress site. So the Total Theater is back. Total Theater is back. Check it out. All the archives are gone, but we already do have more than 200 reviews up. Theater reviews from all over the country, including Broadway and off-Broadway, reviews from Chicago, reviews from Fort Lauderdale and Miami area and Sarasota, Florida, some from Milwaukee, kind of cool stuff. Check it out. And one of the main writers for TotalTheater.com is our great friend, David Sheward. Sheward also writes for CulturalDaily.com. So you're going to want to read David Sheward's work there and at TotalTheater.com. Speaking of theater, don't forget Leslie Hovan Blake and Charlie Gross co-host Two on the Aisle. You can watch segments as well as entire episodes on YouTube. Going to give a shout out to our beloved Vicky Quaddy out there in Chicago doing Are You Smarter Than Your 8th Grade Nun? And I'm guessing there's probably Easter bingo or
Oh, want me to look?
yeah.
She probably has some kind of
Check out nunsforfun.com.
nunsforfunds.com.
What you got there? Yeah. For Vicky Quaddy, Quade.
Nunsforfun.com. It gave me nunsforfunds.com.
Oh. And of course, she's the co-creator of Late Night Catechism,
I'm
which
looking at her Facebook.
is like 30-something years old now. That has been in Chicago and New York and all over the country. So a big shout out to Vicky as well. And then, and a big thank you, of course, to all of you watching the program, you too, in your way, by tuning in, by watching the show either live or watching the reruns on Facebook, on archive.org, on davesgoneby.com. You become friends of the Daverhood too. Any news on Vicky?
Oh, I'm sorry, David. I'm not.
Oh, don't worry about it.
I'm
So,
in trouble. I'm just not my.
those are the friends of the Daverhood. Easter Money Bingo. Yeah, there you go. Okay, thank you, Mozart.
It says Jesus, Resurrection, and Peeps.
Basically, there you go. So check out Vicky Quaddy's Easter Money Bingo as well as her other shows that she does out there in Chicagoland and thereabouts. So,
Mention Dave's gone by, she'll hit you with the ruler.
and deservedly so, quite honestly. So we've done quite a lot in the 2.5 hours of this program. We did Storytime, we did Greeley Times, we had our Rabbi Saul with his rabbinical reflection. And by the way, for more about Rabbi Saul, go to shalomdammit.com. Shalom, D-A-M-M-I-T, shalomdammit.com, a place where you can read and hear all his rabbinical reflections. There are links to all the interviews he's done on this program, as well as his stage show, which was filmed at the Richmond Shepherd Theater. It's called Shalom Dammit, An Evening with Rabbi Saul Solomon. It's all there at shalomdammit.com. But let's see. We have one more item on our pre-St. Patrick's Day, post-Purim, Ides of March menu.
What's that?
And that is our Colorado Limerick of the Damned. Because, as I've been saying, my wife and I lived in Colorado for more than a decade. And so I took it into my head, for no good reason, it's never a good reason, to write a poem about as many places in Colorado as I could possibly think of. And They're short poems, they're limerick style, so only 5 lines long. But as with typically with limericks, they're supposed to be kind of risque, fun, dirty. Mine are sometimes really gross, horrifying, and disgusting. That's kind of the point. That's why we call them Colorado Limericks of the Damned. And that is why this week we've got a brand new one for you, and we're going to Bristol, Colorado. Bristol, Colorado, for our Limerick of the Damned.
A limerick is a comic verse of 5 lines, in which lines 1, 2, and 5 will end with words that rhyme, and likewise verses 3 and 4 also end with words that rhyme. So this is a limerick.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, our Colorado Limerick of the Damned. So again, Bristol, probably not a place you've ever heard of, but kind of rhymes with a couple of things, so I grabbed it. Here it is. It's an unincorporated community in Prowers County, which is in far southeastern Colorado. It's literally on the border of another state almost. Settled all the way back in 1887, and it was land that kind of changed hands several times. There was one time that it went bankrupt for one owner, so it sold it to another. And all through it, though, it was quite rich in agriculture. It was good, solid land. By 1902, they had a hotel built that was using the same stone as they built their Presbyterian church, and soon they even had an opera house and a pickle cannery. Be interesting to visit both of those on the same day. By 1906, they had named the town after Santa Fe Railroad official C.H. Bristol. After that, they have more stuff going on, a feed store, a skating rink, and, I love this, they had a hardware store. Speaking of Baylen, a hardware store owned by a man with a parrot, who kept a parrot on his shoulder all the time.
Yeah.
And apparently he and the parrot knew every dirty word in and out of the dictionary.
Oh, good.
So,
That's a skill.
did they have dirty words back in 1906? I'm not sure.
I don't know.
But if they did, he knew them, and so does his bird. The town blacksmith, Joe Caddick, built Bristol's first school bus, which was actually a horse-drawn covered wagon. And by 1924, however, it had some hard times too. There was a terrible fire that burned down the mill, and then there were more fires even in 1925 that burned down other parts of the town. And it's still a small, I know, still a small community though. The town's post office closed in 1997, so they're served by another post office locally in Holly, Colorado. But the thing is, it's still a real place. It didn't turn into a ghost town. It's not a nowheresville. There's people living there. There's stores. There's stuff to do.
That's good.
Yeah. And there's even a Town of Bristol Improvements Board that created the
What's the
website.
population?
I didn't get the population on this. I didn't have it in on Wiki. But if you go to bristolcommunityproject.org, you can get a lot of the information that I talked about and so much more. Then, like, I got a $250,000 grant to go researching and getting pictures and information about the history of Bristol, which I think is really, really cool. So anyway, now that you know about this cool town in Colorado, Bristol, Colorado, I guess you're ready for our horrible limerick about it. And it's kind of horrible. You know, I give this one an R rating. It's, yeah. And on the clean and dirty scale, it basically, yeah, kind of falls into the dirty realm of our limericks. So today's Colorado Limerick of the Damned, Bristol, Colorado. A dangerous lady named Crystal disabled her boyfriend in Bristol. She started a fight one terrible night and shot off his dick with a pistol. Yeah, please remember. The way to contact me is davesgoneby@aol.com, davesgoneby@aol.com. You can also certainly message me right here on the Facebook page or post things on my Facebook page. Remember, if you post something that I disagree with or find offensive, you will get tippy tippy tap that wiener, tap the rotisserie chicken, whoop whoop. You're bald. So, but yeah, I do want to hear from you, and I do enjoy reading your comments and reading anything you want to send me. Suggestions for the show, complaints about, well, I don't enjoy reading the complaints, but certainly suggestions and kudos. Who doesn't love kudos? I love oodles and oodles of kudos. Send them to me, davesgoneby@aol.com. Here's cutie little duck for the holiday, because St. Patrick's Day is just 2 days away, in and out of the neighborhood. I still think she looks like Stevie Nicks in that outfit. So
She looks like she could be on Bridgerton.
oh yes, definitely.
Duckerton, maybe Duckerton.
Yeah.
Duckerton.
We saw tadpoles yesterday
Oh, yeah.
at a little pond that we go to. A couple of tadpoles swimming around, so that always makes us happy and reminds us that yes, even though spring is not here for another couple of days, and we might get another snowstorm in April because they happen, and we might get, God knows, some freezing mornings and overnights, but I think we've turned the corner on winter, thank goodness. We turned the clock back 2 weeks ago. That was great. We've made it through. So, we've made it through an episode of Dave's Gone By, our 980th episode of this program here in the Daverhood, with me, Dave Lefkowitz, my darling and wonderful, wonderful wife, and all of you watching at home. Please be sure to tell people that you can watch the archives of this show for free at davesgoneby.com. We also have a channel at archive.org with the same material. Our audio archives are at castbox.fm. Plus, we have a YouTube channel, the Dave's Gone By YouTube channel. Lots of places to keep up with the show and to see the same material, really. We just want to put it out there so you can see it in all different places. The best place to start is our Facebook page, Dave's Gone By, as well as our website, davesgoneby.com. So let me pull down the zero to say that we're finishing this episode, and we will be back with a new episode of the show, possibly not next week. Just for all the stuff that we're doing and that we're busy with, and as we've been a little bit sporadic since late last year of the timing and the ability to do these programs on Saturday morning. So we might not be back next Saturday, but we'll certainly be back the Saturday after that with the 981st episode of the Dave's Gone By Facebookio, Podcastio, Programmio of the Stream. So we hope to see you then. Until then, most happy and humantashini post Purim, most hey, it's a Saturday, it's the Ides of March. Feel free to be a little idle. Feel free to be a Billy Idol if you want to. And dance with yourself, if you know what I'm saying. And let's not forget, to our Irish friends, and we're all Irish on St. Patrick's Day, most happy and healthy,
Don't they say...
skibbity hubbity hoy.
No, don't you say S-L-A-S-A-I-N-T or something?
Oh, Shlanta. Here.
Yeah.
Shlanta. Shlanta l'chaim, from all of us there to all of you. There we go. As a matter of fact, if you go to davesgoneby.com, you can see archives of Patio Purim sketch that we did, as well as Seamus the Urine Man. You're going to want to check that out.
I remember him. He was based on a real person.
Yeah, based on someone that we met in Ireland,
Because
Seamus.
people use the lottery or the corner shop, the little shop where you can get snacks like potato chips or gum or something. They also use it as a wee hole.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Well, I honestly, I think we went ducked into this little place. I'm pretty sure you just had a cat and didn't muck out.
People use it as a urinal at night when they have to wee. They go in there and they
In the store?
Yes. Yeah.
It wouldn't be open after 5 or 6 o'clock at night, you think?
I think.
Well, whatever it was, go to davesgoneby.com
I'm gonna ask.
and look for Seamus the Urine Man.
Why do small news paper stores in Ireland smelled like urine.
Did anything come up in the search for that?
No.
Oh.
Why do Irish newspaper shops smell of urine? Dublin is filthy and smelly.
Dublin is filthy and smelly. There you go. There you go. We're not being racist. We were there, and it really, most of Dublin wasn't filthy and
They
smelly.
call it a fierce smell of urine.
Oh my, where? Let's do this. Oh. Fierce smell of urine, confirm, all right, fine. Fierce smell of urine in Dublin city centre leaves some locals frustrated. This is going back about 3 years now.
Wow.
Life getting back to normal after the pandemic.
Good.
Pubs and restaurants have reopened, arts and cultural venues are opening again, and a long delayed return to the office is only a few weeks away for some people. But there have been complaints about what has been described as a fierce smell of urine on the city streets. As one member of the public told News Talk's Henry McKean, there's a small... Oi, there's a strong smell of piss pretty much everywhere. Mainly alleyways, though. Another said, there are certain areas that are a bit more disgusting than others.
Oh, God.
Henry himself said he was, quote, met by a strong smell of urine during a recent early evening trip in Dublin.
Wow.
Because I guess with COVID protocols still in place
Yeah.
and increasing outdoor socializing, people don't want to go indoors.
You want to pee outside?
Yeah,
Yes.
so people opt to pee outdoors. And meanwhile, some of the public toilets installed during the summer have been taken away, although some others do remain. Taxi drivers don't have easy access to toilet facilities. Oh boy. With the closure of pubs, a lot of people outdoor dining is particularly challenged. You're handing over. Okay.
Maybe there should be another farmer book about that.
There really should. We really should. But
Good times.
yes, but that wasn't outdoors. I mean, we saw vomit outdoors on like a Sunday morning after Saturday nights.
That was near a art. That was, and Carol took a picture.
I'll
of
take a
that,
bit. Yeah. But yeah, memories of Dublin. We were near Christchurch Hotel. Weren't that close to the Abbey Theatre, but when on our way back to the hotel, we passed Seamus,
Somebody said
the urine man.
the urine is revolting and the bins are overflowing. That's like,
Yeah, but that is 4 years ago now. This was 2021. Maybe Ireland has gotten better. Well, everything else everywhere has gotten worse. That's the world for you. And that's Dave's Gone By for this Saturday, March 15th, 2025. Have a great one. Happy springtime in just a couple of days. And gone by.
Days gone by, days gone by.